Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. We got another match. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United versus Leicester City at St. James's Park. It's going to be a good one. Obviously, we want to win, and that's the plan. And we are playing against, you can say, one of the most accessible team. Although I do have a lot of faith in Leicester this season, but not against the Toon. Regardless, it is a team that technically we are not able to beat this season. This season we haven't been able to beat the smaller teams, the teams that are fighting relegation. But then again, to be honest, those teams that are fighting relegation are fighting for their life every match. We don't think about them because it's not about Champions League. It's not what people like to talk about. But they are fighting for their life nonetheless. So maybe that has a lot to do with it. Maybe, but then again, it all comes down to Newcastle United. They are a better team. They're a bigger team. They need to go out there and get the win at home. So hopefully we will get it tonight. We're gonna get into the lineup. We got Gary. We also got Brent coming up pretty soon. Brent for the first time breaking his watch along Ginity on the show, which is great. And Gary, how's it going, man? All good?
Yeah, great. Very, very bright Saturday afternoon here in the UK. So I don't know what early morning for you guys. I appreciate that. Um, and I'm hoping, I mean, there's been a lot of negativity before the start. I mean, as we've just been talking off air about how people are getting so itchy now as fans. People with opinions are trying to stop other people from not having an opinion. And sometimes you can hear and see the frustration in words just on the comments written. And like I say, when you get to this situation, and we've been talking many a week now on our shows about why and what's happening to the club, and again, all we can do is surmise. We have no insight into what's happening, but it
Hmm.
seems very strange, isn't it? From all our opinions, if you like, or our guesswork, seems to be making some headway and coming out with some, obviously, truth in some of the suggestions that we've made. And for good or bad, and I suppose from what we're seeing at the moment, it's certainly impacting our performance on the field. Um, it's something that Eddie Howe has to deal with, and he has to try and find a solution. And at the end of the day, we all know it's his job that's on the line. Nobody else is going to get sacked with this. It's just going to be the coaches that get sacked. So he's
Exactly.
got to try and change the mentality of the players and try and if it's you know the promise that was given to a lot of them at the start, and certain journos have put down the goal pot at the end of the line, and and there's disbelief now in that promise. There's got to be a way of either um, gelling the players, or again, this is when it comes to not having a big enough or a deep enough squad to actually change the mentality or the ethos. I was watching a really good podcast this morning before the kids dragged me to to watch Big Friendly Giant, and it was a really interesting one. I've just seen that come up on the screen, so there you go.
Yeah, Connor
Thanks, Connor.
says no excuses today. It's best possible team. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Thank
absolutely.
you for your donation, mate. And it is. We're gonna get to the lineup, of course, in a minute. But finish your point, Gary.
Yeah, I say I was watching the podcast, and it was about performance. When you're, and it really struck a note with me watching our lads play. And there was an American lass who was very strong on body language and the way people work alongside effort. And she said, it's really strange because she made a comment towards American footballers, and she did a study on it was some college football. I can't remember the college that she was talking about, but the coach asked her to go in and have a look at these guys who are all really good individuals and should be performing well above where they sit within their division. And she turned around and said she'd watched them 3 times, and it was the common denominator was this factual thing where she says 15% of people players around individuals. If they're playing around high performers, will get a higher performance within themselves. It's a natural progression, a natural reaction. She also says playing with players that aren't producing the goods will often have a negative effect of the same value. And it was really strange, because when you look at our side, and we were asking about, is it the mentality? Why, we all said if it's more than one player, we blame the coach. But actually, is it the fact that these players are now just leeching off the vibes from players that are underperforming? It was a good question that I thought.
That is a good one. It's contagious. Maybe that's what it is. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of they're getting the same mentality. Well, I mean, it could very much be one of the reasons of why a lot of them aren't performing. Um, but they're gonna have to get themselves out of that one, unfortunately. And by the way, I'm all for psychologists and all that stuff, and I hope they are working on that. Everything helps, and in this day and age, I don't think that should be looked down upon, or
No, not at all.
so there we go. I'll tell you what. Let us go with the mighty win. 10 out of 10 for our predicted lineup for the first time ever, by the way,
Yeah, yeah.
probably. So there you go.
Well, we did
So
question mark J7, wasn't it? But then we realised that Willock was
well,
literally recovering from his hamstring, so
yeah,
we went with the
yeah.
same.
All right, so let us go with the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people are waiting for that one to talk about that. And first of all, let's go with Leicester's lineup just to refresh that and get it out the way. We're gonna start with Hermansen. I don't know if we got it right on that one either. Well, no, I don't think we had
We did,
Chudhuri.
we did, we did. Well,
Chudhuri,
no, but
yeah.
we didn't know
We didn't have Skip either.
Ndidi.
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't know Ndidi was banned for this one. He's suspended.
yeah. There you go. So Hermansen, Vestergaard, Cody, Justin on the right, Christensen on the left, Skip and Chahuri in the is that how you say Chahuri? Chow, I think
Chowdhury,
Chow.
Chowdhury.
Oh my God. Well, that was
Yeah,
rough. Chowdhury. On the midfield, then you got Canoes. It's a 10 maybe. McAteer on the right. Mavididi on the
10.
left, and then the legend and captain of this team, Vardy up front. So, but it's we have to see. We definitely have to be careful with Vardy up front.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a dangerous one. Dubravka for Newcastle United instead of Pope. We predicted that one for Newcastle United, and Pope not going to play. It looks like it's a knee issue, maybe
Knee ligaments. Yeah,
for a month or so. So it's
he's got a
crazy.
slight
I mean,
tear to the knee ligament. He didn't say
yeah,
which one though, whether it was anterior
yeah,
or posterior.
right.
So, like I say, with it just being a tear, 90% of the time these do heal on their own. So,
Right.
fingers crossed.
All right, we got Brent on the board as well on the screen. And Brent, you're breaking your watch along longevity, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There you go. How's it going, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Doing good. We're waiting to see how this team reacts here, how they're going to come out.
Exactly. So let's go with Newcastle United's lineup. And by the way, anytime you need to go take care of the other half, man, you go and do your thing. We know how that works. But so Fabian Scher in defense with Dan Byrne. Pretty predictable. It is what it is. Lewis Hall and Livramento, the lineup, the back four that we expected, and then you got in the midfield right here Tonali, Guimaraes, Joe Linton. So Tonali back on the pitch. Tonali might play in centered. Sofa score is just basically going on what's been happening. Hopefully he will be centered. And then you got Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton. Do you guys have any objections with that? I mean, we talked about Joe Linton, but it's. I think he's played good enough. One of the best players. So really, to in my opinion, to
My
bench him
only
would be
negative, my only negative with these three is we become a little bit flat in the middle. This is what we were talking about before about players breaking lines, and it was against the Liverpool performance where you actually saw this fluid movement between Tonali Gilmeras a lot of the time because they covered virtually every blade of the grass from the middle of the park, left and right. And again, it's all about communication. And what we've seen is they go forward as a three, they come back as a three, and sometimes that's where you get that dead space in between the back four and the front 3, because if they go back as a 3, the ball drops into these half spaces. We've got no chance of winning the 50-50s. Today, it's going to be, for me, it's going to be about the press. It's going to be about the want the ball, from the very first defensive kick. So whether that comes from the goalkeeper, the fullbacks, or the centre backs, it's a case of how we press as a unit. But we've got to be like, as you've already said, Chris Vardy over the top. We know he's got a bit of pace. We've all commented on our back two. So for me, it's a case of if we are pressing our fullbacks on, which we'll need to do if we go man to man on the press, who's going to be the one sitting at the midfield just to give us that little bit of recovery legs if the ball does go into the half space? So I surmise it'll be Tonali, as you said, because to me, he seems to be the one who's got that second speed, if you like, that recovery speed to get back. We've seen it multiple times when he's been on the pitch. My concern is just going forward. I just hope we just do not have this flat 3 in the middle of the park. And it's like I said before, it's like passing the buck. I'm not going to do it, you do it. And what we end up with then is nobody doing it. And we've seen Isak isolated so many times this season because nobody's willing to break the lines. And that's why I said before, as much as Willock is, to me, a one-horse pony, if you like, he is the one who, out of the middle 3, that will try and get behind the lines and try and make those runs. And that just separates defences. That just moves players around. And sometimes you can utilise the space that they leave to get the ball in and behind.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get into Brent's take on the midfield and the rest of the lineup, let's go with Eddie Howe. He is speaking live right now. Let's see what he has to say, our manager, about this lineup in this match today.
Congested, 5 points, I think, off the top 5. Good Christmas period now. You could be up where you want to be.
That's the plan. We need a consistent run of results. No better month to do it than December, because we know the congested fixture list that awaits us. So we're looking forward to this game.
The manner of I don't think it's unfair to call it a collapse last time, conceding those goals. That will have hurt, I'm sure, the players in the dressing room as well. Do you expect to see a reaction today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a collapse, but it was 4 poor goals conceded from our perspective. But I think you have to put that behind you really quickly. We always have another game around the corner. We have to learn the lessons from that. We're pleased to be back at home, and we need to show a response.
Leicester's short of central midfielders today, suspensions and injuries. Is that an area you can target today?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll target all areas. We back ourselves. We've got some really good attacking players. We need to be, of course, on top of our game in all areas, but we know their strengths.
There you go. So that was Eddie Howe right there. Very measured, calm, collected, as we know Eddie can be. However, pressure is mounting. Brent, if something catastrophic happens tonight, I don't know. But you can't blame him on the lineup. I mean, the lineup is the lineup, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when you look at our lineup, this lineup should be able to beat Leicester. I mean, they should be able to beat Ipswich. They should be able to beat some of these bottom tier, just coming up from the championship squads, especially when you look at Leicester and he just said the reporter just said, they're missing some midfielders, so they're even weaker than normal. So even though you have some guys on here that I know some of the folks in the chat might think shouldn't be playing, this starting 11 should be able to beat Leicester, and there really is no excuses for the players or the coach to not be able to win this game at home. So
there we go. All right, so midfielders, we got, like I said, Guimaraes, Tonali, and Joe Linton up front. On the left side, Alexander Isak. On the right, Murphy. And up front, up front, Alexander Isak. On the right, Jacob Murphy. Gordon on the left. Like I said, I don't think there's any argument tonight about this lineup. This should be the lineup that goes out week in and week out. For some reason, it hasn't. I don't know. We should beat Leicester. I mean, we should, but we haven't. We haven't been beating the smaller teams or teams that are on the lower side of the table, shall we say? The question will be again, though, in the 60th minute, do you sub in Tonali again when he is, if he is playing the same way he's playing every game, controlling the midfield? Do you really cut that off. I think that that's going to be an issue once again for Eddie if he makes those moves. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, but for the most part, like we said, we should be able to beat this team, fellas. I mean, it's
I think the daft thing about it. I mean, I'm just looking at SofaScore here, and as much as I don't rate their scoring system, you've only got to look at the amount of players that we've got in green. And if for any of the listeners that aren't understanding of SofaScore, if you're in green, you're above 7 on a score rate. We only have 4 players above 7 in green in the starting 11. And I think, what we were saying before, 3 out the back 4 are on, 6.8 and, slightly a little bit more than that. 2 out of our midfield, 6.8. And 1 up front is a 6.7. So I think that tells you exactly where we have been. And this is what I said to you before. Why are we not performing to the heights that we were originally? Why aren't we scraping wins even when we were not performing? Why aren't we together enough as a unit to actually go out there and get the result when you score the goals? And I keep saying, when you score 3 goals at home, you shouldn't be drawing or losing. And again, that to me is 2 things on that. One, manager makes a wrong call when it comes to change. He's reacting to the opposition rather than reacting to his own squad. And we all said against Liverpool, and I'll take Liverpool as the last example. Liverpool, we started to run out of legs in the midfield. All 3 of them started to look a little bit jaded. And instead of making a change, then Liverpool go on and go in front, rather than trying to adjust things for us to be positive and move forward being positive. It's a case of we counter react the opposition. And then if something in the game goes pear-shaped when we fall behind, and we've seen it multiple times this season, Eddie Howe's counter-reacting positional sense on the park. And what I mean by that is you're moving several players around to try and fill the void, or trying to get a better result from doing that. Now, some people out there will look at that and say, well, surely that's what coaches do. If you're only moving 1 player, you can get away with it. If you're moving multiple players, it takes 5 or 10 minutes for that transition, that movement, for the team to start to gel again. And if you've noticed, those 5 or 10 minutes, we have been so much on the back foot defensively because of that movement, if you like, that transformation of the team. We sometimes go behind, and from there it becomes and we did that against Brentford. When they went 3-2, we made all those adjustments, then we went 4-2 behind, and by that time it's too late.
Yeah.
So I think he's got to be a little bit switched on and be more proactive rather than reactive. And again, that just comes with pressure. Sometimes when you're winning everything, regardless of how you're playing or how you're performing, it's more of a relaxed thing. And it doesn't matter what you do, you always come out smelling the roses. At this present moment in time, you can polish a turd, but it's always going to smell like poo, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go with the comments. Earth here say, why isn't he starting Barnes? Well, I think, I mean, I think he's got the best lineup, but
I think he's tried everything, hasn't
he? Yeah, I mean, it's either starting him over Gordon, and you can make the case. I guess you can. I mean, you can't make the argument this season, but I mean, I think it's either or. To be fair, David T. Dubs is average. It's his one-on-ones that are crap. Doesn't have that presence, says David T. Any concerns on the goalkeeper tonight, fellas?
Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. He's 1 year behind Ruddy, for God's sake. We were all questioning Ruddy's. He's 38. He should never be involved. Blah blah blah. Dubs, we saw last season when Pope was out. He I think awful is a bad word, but he just doesn't instill confidence in us as fans. So what does he do with the defensive unit? If you can see his frailties. And for me, as much as I haven't seen a lot of him apart from in the Euros and stuff like that, I don't know why we've bought Oddy if you're not going to utilise the lad.
Well,
that was just a PSR deal, from what I understand, with Odysseus. So If he can't get ahead of Dubs, especially the way he played last year, it's just a wasted spot on the team.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got David T. Dubs. His average is oh, there we go. We got that one actually. Oh, Gavin Fuller says Dubs worries me massively. Well, I mean, I can't. Last season to me, he, I think he was decent. I don't think he cost us games. I think that he is. I mean, you would expect that with Adi. He is a guy that is younger. That might just well be the number two if DeBarco decides to leave this season or this winter or this summer, whatever, or even just by age. So, but Eddie makes the loyal moves all the time. He's a loyalist, and he's Dubravka is the number two, and he's been the number two, and he's going to be the number two until he leaves. And unfortunately, that's what Eddie does. Connor Willock on the bench, still no Miley. That's an interesting point right there. Still no Lewis Miley. I mean, it's that baffles me, to be honest, because
Yeah, if Longstaff is for sale, then in my opinion, Miley needs to be on the bench and have an opportunity to get on the first team and play a few minutes. Because if Miley's going to be his replacement, then he needs to already get his Premier League legs, if you will.
exactly, and the bench players, yeah.
Sorry, mate. What concerns me more, we all witnessed the interview, Eddie Howe's presser yesterday, and he plain stated that Willock hasn't even trained this week because of his hamstring. So, if he's not fit enough to train, is he fit enough to be on the bench?
Right. Yeah, he's not going to be if a couple of our midfield gets hurt, who's coming in? Is it going to be Willock? Because if Willock can't train, say it happens in the first few minutes of the game, what then?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, what you've got to think of is if he's been limited on his training. Now, we all know that this could be just Eddie Howe's usual. I'm keeping everything close to my chest and not allowing the opposition manager to know who I'm going to play or whatever. But I mean, I'm only going on what he said. If he said we haven't had a chance to get him out on the training field this week because of his hamstring injury, and yet he's on the bench today. And as you quite rightly said, we said it before, Chris, didn't we? When we only had one player from midfield to come on because the rest of the bench wasn't midfield orientated, and then we had two midfielders go down. Yes, it was quite late on when the second one went down, and we had to make adjustments. But it is just that, Miley's in the under-21s again. I think they've kicked off already today. I think that was a 1:30 kickoff. And I understand Eddie saying that this lad needs minutes in his legs. I understand all that. And you're quite right. If Longstaff is, one of these people that is seen to be going in January, what is the point in giving him minutes? And I think what he's got to try and do at the minute is balance between the two. What's the point in Miley coming onto the bench to sit on the bench for 90 minutes when he can get 90 minutes with the under-21s and I can utilise the player? And people will always counteract that with, well, Longstaff's rubbish. So I'd rather have Miley on there who's going to sit on the bench and give us something. So
Exactly.
you're always going to have that devil's advocate, aren't you? And it's that angel and the devil. I think what he's doing at the minute is probably common sense to prevent injuries in the long run, because come Christmas and post-Christmas, for whatever reason, if these injuries are coming thick and fast now, which it looks like they are, which is the same for every team, by the way, every team's suffering with injuries. You've also got to think we've got 3 or 4 players all on 4 yellow cards within the team now. So we've got suspensions coming round the corner. Tonali, J7, etc.
Especially in the midfield, certainly so. All right, so David T says if the players are truly behind Eddie, then they should be busting a gut for him. We'll see. Well, we shall see. But if they don't, they don't. I mean, it's what? How do we know? How do we know really if that's the case? If they believe in his tactics or not? Jonathan Shaw, Leicester will have the new manager spring in their steps, so it won't be easy. That could be true as well. That could be true. Beard, 3 slow defenders and 3 slow center mids. That's our problem as much as a right wing. I don't think our midfielders are slow.
Bruno's slow, but J7's not a turtle, and Tonali's pretty quick. So
yeah, he's moving. That's why he cramps up. People get onto him because he cramps. at the 88th minute because he's running all over the damn pitch, and one of the few trying to get the ball back. So the defenders, I might agree though. Beard says today isn't a litmus test either. Well, this is the thing. Today, and you can say, well, that happens to all the big clubs. We're probably not there as far as expectations concerned, but Man City, all those clubs deal with that a lot, which is a lose-lose situation. If tonight we win against Leicester, we did what we had to do. There's no parades, no celebrations, none of that, and it's on to the next test. But if we lose, it's going to be horrible. But it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, that's all big clubs, and like I said, I don't think we're there yet. But all the big clubs have to deal with that. I mean, if Man City go out there and play against Red Star in the Champions League, they got to beat them. But if they win, it's just another game, and if they lose, it's doom and gloom. So just part of it. And like I agree, it's not a big test. This one, we just got to go out there and do what we have to do.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is it's not going to tell us where our season's heading if we beat Leicester.
Exactly,
and that's true.
But look at the next matches coming up. I'm pretty sure we got Brentford, which it could be. I mean, it's a cup game, but we do have accessible games, I believe. Let me see who we got.
Yeah, Ipswich is coming up.
I mean, yeah, it's Ipswich. None of those are going to be big tests. Maybe until we place Aston Villa at home, and then Manchester United and Tottenham, etc. And then so all of that stuff. But the next 3 matches are basically you got to win them. You've got to win them. Lars here says, for the team's sake, I really hope we win today. However, I fear that will just be another Band-Aid plaster over what Howe offers us. Gung-ho, Russian, and one-trick pony, how has been found out long ago. Well, a lot of people already made up their mind, guys. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? David.
That's what I said to you before, though, mate. We've come to that situation with as fans, as a fan base now. You've got a lot of people now swinging from being on the fence to Eddie out, and it is about performance, and as much as I do throw an element of blame towards Eddie Howe, he's not a miracle worker. You're working with a limited squad of professional players without having or being able to adjust any new faces over 18 months. You still have to try and do what you can with the players that you've got out there. And I said this before, everybody was criticising the journos for throwing stories out there just before a home match and everything else. If there ain't no smoke, there ain't no fire. We all know that. And like I said, we've been talking about the crap that's going on behind the scenes from, the boardroom all the way down. And unfortunately, I said, bad news travels down and downhill, and it goes a lot quicker than good news will ever do. And if it's affecting the players on the pitch, how do we correct it? And that is the biggest problem that you will have in any unit. Whenever you suffer with low morale, bad team news, bad anything, persona, everything goes down, and you'll need somebody just to go out there and spark something. Now, I keep going back. If Longstaff had scored the goal that hit the bar against Brentford, is it a different game? I think it is. They go down and score by Mbuemo more or less straight after, and all of a sudden the game changes, because games do change on special moments. And I think if we can go out there and get our noses in front and somebody has a really electric start, I'm hoping that 15% ignites the person next to him, because that will just that momentum will grow through the team.
David here says, if we lose today, what we really want to see is the effort, as in every match. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to get it done, man. Even if you see the effort, if you don't win tonight, it's not going to get it done. Tony T, if the midfield 3 can't do it against Leicester, then maybe they aren't as good as fans think they are. Okay. That question is up, for Bruno a lot this season, whether he is good or not. And so we shall see. We shall see how they perform. Beard, all the other teams need to do is play straight balls through the press boom. They're running at 3 defenders that are usually already in reverse. I expect a win today, though. There we go. Down Milburn, afternoon, lads. Not confident of the result today. Reckon we win 1-0 or 3-1 or lose 3-1. No in between. Wow. Peter McCardle, if we can't beat these, then how can go and do one? Okay, well, there you go. So let me go and see. There's a lot more comments, of course, right now coming in. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Don't forget to do that. You can super chat. You can give memberships away. You can become a member yourself if you need to. But please help support the channel. Hit the like button. Beard has a question for all us. What's your take on how's dampening?
Yeah.
What is
Dampening.
that?
So,
Hold on, let me read the question and then expectations every press conference. Oh wait, it disappeared. Why is expectation a bad thing? The instruction should be we are here to win. 100% belief. So
That's that body language thing we were talking about, that
Yeah.
Monotone voice. There doesn't seem to be any passion in his voice whatsoever. And, even one of the journals said that about, sometimes, how do you feel? And I can't remember the word he said. I did write it down. Despondent, that was the word he used. Did you feel despondent? And that's, very much that ego, that body language thing going away from him, and he said, "No, I just felt disappointed." But Eddie Howe's Eddie Howe in presses. He doesn't give anything away. We've criticised this for 3 years now. I don't know about you guys, but certainly I've questioned what Eddie gives you regarding a presser. He's very little about anything. And like I say, people will always look at body language, and it's like us on here. We certainly wouldn't be getting people watch us if we all talk like that all day long and we just had our shoulders down. If it becomes very monotone and there's no passion in the voice, it becomes a little bit of a
Yeah.
grull. And I think that's where it comes from. And I agree to that. I think sometimes, I'm hoping, from what I've seen in his past life with Bournemouth and Burnley, during his training, he's very passionate, he's very tactile, and he really gets involved in all of the play. He certainly doesn't come across as a manager that speaks like he does in the presser in his previous, life. So again, I can only assume that's what it is, because I must admit, I'd fall asleep if I was listening to him talk like that all day.
Well, that's the issue. Whether can he keep convincing the lads to perform week in and week out. That's and I'm sure he can, but I mean, as much as he hasn't been backed with substantial signings, big signings or more players, we still in the last 3 seasons have gotten players. Since remember that we play amazing that the year we played we got the Champions League, and the following year we got players, and we haven't seen really the improvement on the pitch. It's either been the same or worse. So that also goes against Eddie. Although I say that he hasn't been back in the last 2 windows, and it looks like he might not get any signings for another window, because I don't know if I buy this. He's having this poker face, and we won't spend, because he's done the same thing before, and we haven't spent. So it's happened already. And fans need to wake up and stop being delusional, thinking that all of a sudden, he's just lying, or they're not gonna tell people that we're about to spend. He doesn't have to say that. He doesn't have to say we got 200 million to spend, but he certainly doesn't have to say that we are knackered and that we are. It would be a surprise if we are active. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I would say, yeah, it's all narrative control. There's different ways to look at it. I watch F1 as well, and when you watch F1 drivers in their interviews, it's always, well, this team's a little quicker. Even Max Verstappen, who's won how many, like 4 championships in a row, every weekend he comes in and he's like, well, Ferrari could beat us and this team can beat us, and then he goes out and just wins every single race. So there's something to be said about lowering expectations and keeping a certain expectation, so that when positive things happen, it's even better and the fans are more happy about it. It starts to get dull when you are losing, and so you constantly have to manage these expectations. But what expectations is he managing right now? So
yeah, no, I agree. I don't even know what the expectations, to be honest, are.
Yeah, I mean,
this season, I just feel like we getting Europe would be the one thing, just get Europe. But to be fair, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what we're good enough to be.
I think where we are now, I think, if in hindsight, we all said top six. It's looking very much like top eight now, doesn't it? And you're looking at teams around us all taking points off each other. There is that opportunity because the league is so open this season where, as daft it looks, you could sneak through the back door if the running and performance is as good as we saw last season. But you've got to go on a run of games, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's win, draw, loss, and you lose whatever you do good, where you get the 3 wins back to back. You then go away and get draws and a couple of losses. You've lost all that momentum and all that hope that you've built up with the 3 games that you've just won. And I think that's what's frustrating as fans. It's 1 step forward and 3 back at the minute. And I think they just need to change that.
I think the other part to that too is, again, this is something we've talked about time and time again. Our starting 11 proves they can play with anybody in the Premier League. I mean, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, the top of the Premier League, we can play with them. We've proven that. But then it comes to the West Hams and the Palaces and, some of these lower half teams, and we can't get a result to save our life. And that's probably the biggest issue right now, and why the fan base is so upset is like, if we were getting stomped by Arsenal and City, and there'd be a lot more excuses for how the players just aren't good enough. We don't have a good enough team. He hasn't had backing in any of the summer or winter transfer markets. But when you look at the season, our starting 11 can play with anybody, and we don't have Europe to get in our way. But yet, when we go up against these teams that we should be getting results from, they're just falling apart. And especially in games where, hey, you win, you're going to be, second. Okay, that didn't work out. Now you win, you're going to be fifth. Okay, that didn't work out. Now you win, you're going to move up to eighth. And that doesn't work out. And now, today, if we get a win, I don't know where it's going to really put us. But it's not one of those games that's really going to shove us up. We just need 3 points desperately.
Yeah, it's just keeping in touch, though, isn't it? It's like I say, not losing that momentum with the guys around you.
We have not gotten 3 points since when?
It's been, I think, 5 games. It's 5 games ago.
So, at the end of the day, it's not because we can have the amazing performers tonight. 20 shots on target, 20 shots to the goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper becomes the best goalkeeper in the Premier League tonight. Perfect. At the end of the day, it becomes you're not getting points. You can play all you want to. It's got to be a balance because the mighty win says, as long as we get results, we can just shoot down their whole team, a couple snipers. As long as we score and win, that's it. No, because it has to also be about form. But it can't just be about form and not getting the job done. It has to be a balance. You know what I mean? Because at this point, like I said, in the last 5 matches, we haven't gotten 3 points. That pushes us away because other teams start winning. Thankfully, Tottenham hasn't been performing great. Thankfully, Man United are rubbish. Thankfully, those teams. But then you got a Fulham, you got a Brentford, you got a Bournemouth, you got a Brighton that have woken up this season, and it's thrown off your game plan of the season. So Forest as well. So it's really tough, man. It's tough. Question from Connor though. I saw a lot of pundits say all the top sides now play with a number 10 or a 2 or even two number 10s. Would you guys like to see us play with a number 10? I've always been a fan of a number 10, always. And never, for a good while, number 10s disappeared because of the 4-3-3 for the good part of the 2010s that happened. And then some teams are coming back with it. I love me a number 10, man. But
Well, I put the question out on one of our previous shows, Chris, about what other team plays 4-3-3 these days, especially in the Premier League. And I bet not many people come up with an answer because it's virtually like I said to you before, it works when the oppositions aren't expecting it. Now they're expecting it, it's an easy way to get round because, like I say, the 3 in the middle come back together, they go forward together. We saw last season the ball over the top into the half space, opposition can break on you. I said that's why I come up with that Christmas tree tactic where you have the same team, but you just have them playing slightly narrower up top because it allows the 3 in the middle not to move forward that often. You can still stay in shape. You get one breaking down a wing, if you like, just to do overloads. It brings your fullbacks into play more often, and your 2 that play in the narrow 10s then are involved in the game a lot more than our wingers are at this present moment in time. Because again, like Isaac in the middle, sometimes they can get isolated. We saw it with Barnes last week. He had the chance to run on behind, but he was on his own. There was nobody to pass the ball into, and once the defenders got back into some type of shape, he'd got nowhere to go apart from try and force a ball into the open space inside for somebody to try and run into. And again, you end up just giving the ball back to the opposition. So I think for me, the biggest thing that I've seen more than anything this season is Newcastle have been found out, and the biggest question on Eddie Howe is, what's your plan B? And it doesn't seem as though Eddie's moving from plan A at all to try and get plan B in any order. And I think that could be his major downfall this season.
Mm. All right. Well, let's get situated with the live match commentary scene, because we got to get ready. We are just 15 minutes away from the match, ladies and gentlemen. So please don't go anywhere. Hit that like button. We're gonna have the live match commentary. Hopefully, we get a lot of goals tonight. But we shall see. You see the lineups right there in front of you, scrolling through the screen. Newcastle's lineup, Leicester's lineup, and by the way, the private match is already up. So if you guys want to get that situated. And more comments. I see Ali Barter here says the team above us will drop off. We'll win the next 3, and we're right back in the mix for 5th. Chill out. See, it's not about, like I said, in my opinion, I always think like this, even in life, the more you do things good, the more better results or benefits or more good is coming your way. If you do it the right way every time. You're going to get games where you get results every now and then. I think it's happened for us this season. The fact of the matter is we are not performing. How do we say, because right there, Ali saying the teams above us will drop off. Based on what? Win the next 3. Yeah, we got to win. If we win every game too, we will win the league. But can we do it? How can we do it is the big question.
Well, he's a counter argument to what that question. Then all the teams above us have also deepened their squad with players coming in. We haven't. So when they rotate, yes, there could be a drop off, but it's not going to be a significant drop off to winning teams or getting points against teams around them. So they're all at this present moment in time. What you've got, and we've seen it virtually from the start of the season, the teams that have got some momentum, the likes of Forest, the likes of Brighton, they've stayed within. Yes, they've lost a few games or they've drawn games. I mean, we saw Leicester go and take points away from Brighton last week at home. Leicester seem a very different team at home compared to being away. The same as Brentford do. Brentford don't really seem to travel very well. And you're going to get that. We don't seem to do, at this present moment in time, where we said, St James's Park has been our fortress, especially in midweek games under lights. It doesn't seem that way these days. So there's got to be some effect that's happened to the team from, when he says other teams will drop off. They've got a bigger fish within the pool to pick from than we have at this present moment in time.
Yep. Well, and a lot of teams are not going. Who's going to drop off? You can say that the Forest might, Brighton might, maybe Bournemouth. I think Brighton will kind of stay around that area, but I think Bournemouth might. And then you got maybe Forest. I mean, but it's just.
I mean, as long as Mbeumo's playing the way he's playing, I don't really see Brentford falling too far. I mean, they're not going to win. They're not going to be in Champions League positions, but they're going to be up there and they're going to be challenging and they're going to be pushing every team they play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
if you can score, I mean, this is what Newcastle's done for the past few years. If you can score goals, you give yourself a chance. And Brentford scores goals. Period. They might not have the best defense. They might give up a lot of goals, but they can score.
They've conceded the most, Brent. They've conceded the most this season, goals. But again, because they score so many, they actually scrape either a point or the win.
Yep.
And that's the difference. We just don't seem to be either to score goals or stop goals going in.
Yeah.
And that's what puts you on dodgy ground, isn't it?
Yeah. More comments. Dom says, with our lack of good right winger, why not play a wing-back system and push Tino and Ho forward? That's another thing, man. That we've kind of criticized already, but I mean, if you don't have the weapons to play the way you're doing, why can't you just make an adjustment? He has never made an adjustment when it comes to formation, and that is baffling to me. That a manager, I mean, you can only say that he can't do it. because if he can, why wouldn't you make that adjustment? Like I said, Pep Guardiola played 4-3-3 for a good part of the 2010s, and then now he's switched off. And it's been successful playing with that change, Champions Leagues and everything else. So why can't tactically? Why can't he make that adjustment? I don't get it. It's
That's what we were saying
I
about
I
the
don't want to
Liverpool
say
game.
he's incompetent but man,
You had the perfect opportunity when we saw our midfield three all start to dwindle on the 80-plus minute. You had the opportunity there to utilise two young lads that can progress the ball quite comfortably with the ball, uh, to actually drop somebody into the middle of the defence, play a flat three, take one of your midfielders out, and just, you know, I know people are saying that's going negative, but it can also be a very positive reaction because you counter block what the opposition are doing, as well as continue to progress the ball upfield. You're still getting the same bodies, just in a different formation, and that's what I said. We did it the same against Man City, but with Man City we dropped J7 then back into the back five, didn't we? And we allowed. He came the tight one and Hall was outside, and them two interchanged a lot of the time. He did that before there was a negative reaction. And unfortunately, against Liverpool, as we all said it during the live watch along, when the midfield all dropped the way they did on the 80th minute, there's got to be a change somewhere. And I know people will say, well, we were already losing at that point, but we were never going to get the win at that point either. So you have to make a change. And it can't be a change where you're changing two or three players in different positions to try and correct the unit. You've only got 10 minutes to play, and it will take 10 minutes for them lads to want to get up to the new position speed mentally. Because I keep saying football is 80% with the brain. The 20% is with the tools of the trade. It's like any tool maker or any welder. You know, the way you weld, anybody can weld, but it's only a select few that can weld properly, isn't it?
Yeah, there we go. We are how many minutes before kickoff? We are literally 9 minutes away from the match to start. It's any final predictions? Please let us know in the chat what your predictions are for this match. We don't have the prediction tournament thing, but I'm sure you've given your predictions already. If not, put them in the group chat of predictions. We can't keep babysitting you guys. It's your money, so.
Well, we've got a Leicester fan in the chat, so I wanted to welcome LCFC to the watch along. You're more than welcome, matey. He's questioning why he seems to have dropped Benanotte, and I mentioned this on Thursday when we were doing the preview. Benanotte is a live wire. He's the one who sits in the 10 who gets everywhere, but unfortunately his end game isn't great. But he excites, and this is what I said about playing that 10 in that little bit of a free role where he can get into the half space. Benanotte does a lot of that. But for some unknown reason, Van Nistelrooy has looked at it and he's pulled him onto the bench today. And to me, I think that's probably going to benefit us because I think he would have caused our defensive line a little bit of a problem. And it's not about his quality; it's about his movement. I mean, people have linked him very much like a Miggy type role, but obviously we never play a 10. I'd like to see Miggy in a 10, which is his natural position, as Foxy keeps on shouting at me.
I would like to see. Well, I mean, I think Almiron's time has passed.
Yeah.
I would like to see Barnes as a number 10. I think he can definitely fulfill that role. But then we get into the same thing. It's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. Predictions in the chat, please. Let us know what you think. Davey Knight going for a 2-1 Newcastle. Jumpadoni 12-0. Hopefully that's going to happen, but I don't think so. John 1-1, and so let us know. Let us know what you think in the chat. We are just minutes away from the match to start, ladies and gents. Like I said, let us rewind the lineups. Dubravka, Sharjo, Linton, Tonali, Gordon, Isak, and then we got Bruno Guimaraes. You got Sergio Linton. You got Gordon on the left side. You got Isak up front. You got Murphy on the right. And back for the same Lewis Hall, Shar, Byrne, and then you got Livramento. Trippier is available to play, isn't he? Trips.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Yeah, we shall see though what happens. As we look at my man right here eating his. Look at that! All the Christmas,
All the Christmas jumpers are
the
there.
Christmas jumpers, man. Look at that! Merry Christmas,
Big Dan Burn.
Dan Burn, and there we go. I gotta give me one of those, man. Those are lovely. Those are lovely, lovely, lovely. And the fans will turn up. I'm telling you, the fans will go out there hoping for a win. And so it's these next 3 games, man. I'm telling you, they are must wins for Newcastle United. But they put themselves in that predicament, to be fair. And these games also will prove if the team has Eddie Howe's back or not, in my opinion. However, I don't know that that their directors do. Because I was just thinking, maybe they did tell Eddie, look, man, it's we're still dealing with PSR issues. I don't think we're gonna be able to get nobody. And I know, listen, we might look too much into it. It might just be a poker face type thing, maybe just a PR thing. But if it isn't, because it could be a possibility that Paul Mitchell and the rest don't back Eddie anymore, and they're just waiting for the time and the opportunity. And so if that's the case, well, nothing will save him anyway. So I'm pretty sure
Only results save you, mate. At the end of the day, and that's what I said. It's regardless of what's going on behind the scenes. And I mean, I've seen a couple of people in the chat, criticising people for being negative. But it's like I said. Unfortunately, when you're watching and looking at, as we do throughout the week, in trying to bring some joy, if you like, and like I said, it's difficult sometimes to bring something that you can't see. It's like it's like the Santa Claus syndrome with kids, isn't it? You know what I mean? Do you believe or don't you believe? It's like, you get to a certain point as a child where Santa Claus just doesn't exist anymore. And I think that's exactly the same as what we're seeing with Eddie. The bubble has burst. The honeymoon period is well and truly over. And what we're looking at now is, has Eddie got the actual nuance to actually go out there and prove he's a good coach at the top level of the Premier League? And again, the negativity is there's no change. So how can you bring out a little bit of positivity on what we see on a week-to-week basis?
Yep.
So what we need to see to spark that positivity is the performance, because the players doing well and we all see it after every home, after every home, every win, we all a little bit more joyous. We all talk about the positives of the game and not the negatives. When we lose, we only see the negatives because that's the fan reaction.
That is true. The players are on the pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Howe greeting Ruud van Nistelrooy. Or going to, I don't know if that was Ruud, by the way. I didn't watch him. I was just looking at Eddie. I'm assuming he was saying hi to Ruud van Nistelrooy. Are we in for a rude awakening? Or are we not? That's the thing. So we're looking at Trippier as well. We are shortly 2 minutes before kickoff.
Thankfully, Ruud's not out there, because if he was in his prime out there, he'd be licking his chops with our defense.
Oh my goodness, man! Ruud van Nistelrooy, what a striker he was.
He'd be.
But what's your prediction, Brent? What did you say?
Oh man, it's so hard, to be positive. I'll be positive. I'm going to change my tone on my score. I'm going to be positive for this one. So I'm going to say 4-0. I'm going to say we're going to come out, put a bunch of goals in, going to change our attitude, and it could help our season a lot.
4-0. Wow.
That's where I'm going.
That's pretty. Hey man, that's
on the positive side.
On the positive note, there we go. I love it.
That's for the fans.
Let me see. Am I?
What did you say, Chris? I can't remember what you said.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I don't know even if I might have just said it, so I had to type it in though, just in case. I'm gonna go with a. I just feel like Vardy's gonna get it, so I'm gonna say 2-1. I should say 2-0, but I'm gonna say 2-1. 2-1. But let me type it in the chat though. Let me just see right here.
Yeah, because I went with 2-0. Obviously, I didn't realise who was in goal. But yeah, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna say 2-0. I'm just gonna not gonna change it now. I said it on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm just gonna stay with it. Fingers crossed.
I'm torn between the one goal that I'm giving them because I mean, I know this is stupid, but either they score or they don't score, which is it's a stupid thing to say, but I just I don't know, man. I want to say 2-1 though. That's just my gut. I feel like it's happened too many times where we think we're about to score and then they score. 2-1 the tune. There you go. That's my prediction. Final prediction. Before kickoff. By the way, Warflags did something for Bobby Robson, I think. Maybe a quote. Interesting,
haven't
pretty
seen it.
cool. According to Craig Hope, who's been getting pelted before
Oh,
the
he
show.
has.
It's just the journalist is not there to be a cheerleader, man. This is there to do a damn job. If not, he gets sacked and doesn't fit his family. As simple as that. I'm certainly not a cheerleader for anybody.
Well, that's what I said. You've got to be careful. Like I say, when you look at these guys in their role, in their current role, you've just got to hope they perform. And like I say, we just expect a spark from the lads, and that will lift the
There we
crowd.
go.
Looks like we lost the toss.
And we might have lost the toss, maybe so. We are on the way, ladies and gentlemen, here at St. James's Park. And Leicester playing in all dark blue. Well, maybe dark blue. I don't know. It's blue, of course. And
It's a
all
classic
blue.
Leicester
And then,
kit.
yeah,
Cobalt blue.
exactly. So it is a must win for Newcastle United. Well, working on getting you ambient noise, by the way. I still forget about it every time I remember the day before the match, and I can't edit it down. But we're gonna bring you a better atmosphere in the next a few days or so. We got a match coming up on Wednesday as well, so we gotta stay motivated. It's another throw-in for the Magpies, Tino Livramento. Boy, I'm gonna struggle with Leicester players.
I'll help you
We'll
out
look at
if I can remember.
the legend Ruud van Nistelrooy left Manchester United. He scored every match for Manchester United that he played against at Newcastle, which that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, not really, though. We were rubbish, but he scored for every match that he played at St. James's Park for Manchester United. Incredible. Another throw-in.
Typical
Tino
sharp
Livramento.
forward pass there, wasn't it? Straight
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
Chowdhury. Jesus.
Oh, and now we lose the ball. Be careful, Bardi.
Didn't even get
Back
to see
to the
what
middle.
happened.
Nice. Well done right there, Bruno Guimaraes. And now Lewis Hall. Well, Joe
Come on,
Linton.
guys.
There's a lot of traffic in the middle, man. What's going on?
Yeah.
Tunali to Fabian Scher, who's going to pass it. Long pass right there to Murphy. Murphy issues controlling the ball. Gives it away, though, Jacob Murphy. And there we go. Be careful. Mavedidi. He has to be fouled down. And that's going to be a
Jacob.
dangerous ball right there for Leicester City.
That was so bad.
Yeah, again, it's miscommunication, isn't it?
I
You
know,
know,
Beard's going to count that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Where's
First
Beer
touch.
at, man? Haven't seen him in the chat.
First touch from Jacob, and he does that.
Yeah, I think he expected Tino not to run on. He expected him just to sit back so he can give and go. But again, this is what I said. It's all about communication. What do these guys do in training that obviously
It's
shows
not
you that?
translating.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, dangerous play right now for Leicester. The fake. Who's it going to be? Christensen with the cross. Gordon.
Good job
And
from
now
Tina there.
Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno, he's going to
Foul.
be fouled down, and it's a foul in the midfield by Chowdhury.
I mean, he's one player you should always be able to see on the park.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got the lovely hair.
And another turnover. Great.
There we go. A dangerous pass now. Be careful on the right side of things. It's going to be Dan Burn guarding that one. Vardy.
Oh, here we go.
I knew it. Boy, why did I think that's the goal that I predicted? Why did I think I had saw my life flash before my own eyes, man?
I'm
Yeah,
changing
McAteer
changing the
just getting-
prediction.
Yeah, McAteer just getting in behind.
My goodness gracious, that ball would have went through Fabian Scher just in time with his toenails. Getting it out for a throw-in for Leicester.
Come on.
Be careful.
Oh,
Leicester
geez.
seem very active. Tonali intercepting that ball, and that's going to be maybe another throw-in. No, yeah, it is. It's for Newcastle, though, the throw-in. Got lucky on that one. It seems like Leicester are very comfortable at St. James's Park.
Yeah, already.
4 minutes underway.
It's interesting, when you say, like, you just looked at J7 there, where McAteer was able just to turn him. The presence of J7, he's so big, but when he becomes flat-footed, did you hear Brett there? That pass was absolutely awful, wasn't it?
This is just...
You can turn J7 on a sixpence if you use the ball because of his presence. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I think we don't get the best out of J7 when he becomes too deep. I think he can become a little bit too of an obstruction because you can't see what's going on around him.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Leicester now has the control of the ball. Newcastle United can't keep the ball for more than 20 seconds, man.
Just turning it over.
With another throw-in.
It's a bit rushed and panicked at the minute by the looks of it.
Oh, that's another thing. Newcastle United are playing with the pressure of having to win tonight. Leicester are just as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Well, right now, the one thing we can say is there's not a deep block. They're not deep. They're forward.
Exactly.
So
That's a
there's no
positive, I
excuse
guess,
on our side
maybe.
for this.
Shar back to Dubravka.
What worries me, though, is if you look there, you've got man-on-man, 4-on-4. If we lose the ball in this situation, and this has been our issue all season.
If we lose the ball, we're knackered in that particular instance.
Gordon on an island by himself there with three
Gordon
guys around him.
Has to come down, Gordon, and pass the ball back to Burn. Now Shar, and Shar's going to probably look into Livramento. Going to turn around back to Dubravka. No outlets for Newcastle United. Back to Burn. Burn, Joe Linton, Tonali, nice pass to Bruno, but Bruno cannot control it. Who the hell is that, man? That dude is like
Oliver Skip, that is.
It's like 3 feet, not 3 feet,
He's 6'6", isn't he?
Yeah,
that's the guy that we compared to Burn. My goodness,
he's as big as Dan.
It's that Vestergaard. My goodness, he's ugly as him too. Looking like Frankenstein, man.
Herman Munster.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's the big guy? Yeah, what's the big guy in Adam's Family?
Yeah. Well, I thought they were all Frankenstein. Herman Munster. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. There we go. Tonali back to Lewis Hall, back to Gordon.
There we go.
Gordon is going to play with Tonali, and now Tonali on the left side of the pitch for Newcastle United. Gordon is a midfielder, damn near. Back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton to Gordon. Gordon outside the box. Gordon to Black and Load.
Shoot.
Gordon and a shot, and it was blocked. Just
nice.
Hermanson. What a block right there by the Pink Panther Hermanson. Man, that was a shot. It was a given though. He was going to shoot. Oh, what a block right there.
That was a really nice save.
Newcastle United knocking on the door.
That's the beauty of having Chowdhury in the side now. I mean, when he went from Man U, they all thought he was going to be the next big thing, being an ex-Man U player. But his momentum's awful.
Yeah. Ooh, be careful, Dan Burn.
Dan Burn, that square head of his.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Big Dan Burn.
8 yards and puts it over.
Gordon with the cross. He was alone. He was by himself.
If Dan Burn could ever put a header on target, he would be unstoppable.
He was alone, basically.
Free header, more or less, wasn't it?
Well, we've had the better of the chances.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Just 8 minutes underway. Some pressure right there by Alexander Isak, forcing Hermanson to hoof it. Back to Burn. Oh, the pass, long pass to Dubravka. And now Fabian Scher. Only 8 minutes underway. Murphy. Back to Fabian Scher. And now, Lewis Hall. Long pass to Gordon.
Right ball.
Well done right there. Now Anthony Gordon against 2. Gordon, zigzagging.
What?
Gordon with the
Go
cross.
on, go on!
Oh, Bruno Guimaraes is not tall enough.
If only it was Joe Linton.
Oh, man, that would have been a great one right there.
Gordon's up for it. He's up for it right now.
He is.
It's a good sign. Bruno.
Jeez.
If he could clear a piece of paper, he might have been able to get that.
You reckon he probably come inside a bit too much there, didn't he? He had nothing to run onto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just about, again, that desperation to get in between the posts. Heavily criticised in the past for not doing so.
Tonali now on the right side. Tonali against 3. Nice pass, got through right there to Isak. Messed up on the pass. He gets the ball back though. Tonali now on the right. Tonali with the low cross. Nobody home. Bruno was there again.
Yeah.
And
So
it looks
obviously
like
he's been told to get into them lines, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's there every time now. And Tonali seems to be the one that's just sitting out
Well,
of it.
well done there, right there. I like that cross. It was congested area. Be careful now. Dan Burn is gonna have to get in the way.
We found somebody Dan Burns faster than. I didn't realize Vardy lost that much speed, man.
Tonali, look at that's a foul though. That's got to be a foul. Well done, Tonali.
Tonali's playing well.
He's dictating that play, and that's what you want, somebody who can orchestrate the middle of the park. And
Yeah.
from that, everybody should just...
Oh, man.
God,
That Bruno Guimaraes trying
There
to
we
do
go,
a
spoke
Tonali.
too soon. Yeah.
Oh,
Isak trying to get the ball there. But he is going to be battling against 2 giants. At least one of them.
yeah. We
That's
need to
not gonna be
see
an easy
Isak
task.
get into a good position here.
Yeah.
The problem is, you see, when you're up against 2 big lads like that, you know not to put it in the air. You're not going to win a thing in the air.
Yeah.
Play it into the floor with pace.
Yeah.
You know, we all know that Isak can control the ball, and I think sometimes we don't utilise his strengths. We play more towards his weaknesses, especially from deep with Shaw, pumping the ball up to him. He's got no chance of winning some of these balls.
There
Trying
we
to
go.
get into them channels.
That's going to be a goal kick for Martin Dubravka, who's looking to be the goalkeeper for Newcastle United for a month at least.
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly not going to, like I say, if we can keep these pegged back a little bit like they are at the moment, the less ball they see, the better it will be for us. So if we can get this, you know, I always say it, you can, if you get on the score sheet first, it changes mentality.
Yeah, and we've been second most of the
Yeah.
season.
Throwing for the Mags, Livramento. Tonali making himself available.
Come on, guys.
Somebody needs to run to him. Come on. Alexander Isak has to come all the way down in the long pass all the way to Gordon on the left side. Anthony Gordon. 1-on-1. Gordon. He's going to have to be a nice pass right there to Lewis Hall.
Bruno,
Guimaraes.
stop getting Bruno, man.
Man, Guimaraes is the only one. Why is he the only one? The only one headbutting, man. The shortest
I mean,
guy
he's
in
there, though. You know, at least he's there. At least
He's
he's
in the
far
box.
post. Because, you know, a lot of times this season we haven't had somebody on the far post. So at least somebody's there. But
It's an interesting one, what you've just seen there, because you've had both Murphy and Bruno coming in from that back stick.
yeah.
So Bruno looks like the one who's been told to go back post. Murphy has drifted towards the front post. So, and again, I can only assume that's been a tactical thing about movement and moving players away from that central area for players to run into. But again, they've looked at and picked out probably the least of our jumpers in the park, haven't they, with Bruno? Not being renowned for heading the ball.
Yeah. And, you know, the other thing with Murphy is something I noticed with him is he does not like to go up for 50-50 balls with his head. He does not like jumping with other people.
No. He's having the competence, isn't it, to do anything.
Yeah.
They've got the corner.
There we go. Now a corner kick for Leicester.
Just going to nip off screen a second, Chris.
Yeah,
The
that's fine.
kids have just shouted.
No problem. Make sure you mute your mic, though. Yeah. All right. Corner kick for Newcastle United. Mr. Christensen to execute. 13 minutes underway, ladies and gents. This is Leicester's one of their first, the first corner kick.
Oh boy!
Somebody, oh look at that! Be careful, Mavedidi. Canoes back into the box, and that's going to be a goal kick for Newcastle United. There we go. They're calling for a corner kick.
I'd say Leicester's playing well.
Well,
I thought they'd sit back a little more, but I don't know why you would, the way things have been going for us this season. So
exactly.
yeah.
But would happen.
Turnover.
No, we turn it
right?
over again. Be careful, Fabian Scher and Joe Linton.
There we go.
Back to Isak now. Alexander Isak. Long pass to Murphy. Doesn't get through, though. Leicester get the ball back. And the ball goes given away to Murphy. Livramento. Bruno Guimaraes, who's playing. Bruno is definitely playing on the right side of the midfield. Tonali is a DM, which is what we wanted.
Yep.
There's no issues with this lineup whatsoever. This is the best lineup, in my opinion. It needs to play every game. Why can't Eddie do that? We shall never know the answer. But here we go.
You need to get onto their DMs. If Chowdhury and Skip aren't notorious for wanting the ball under pressure, hence they're usually subs. They're not actually first starters for these guys. So it's an interesting one. Obviously, we know Ndidi would have been in there normally, but he's suspended for today. Not sure why Skip's coming to the side because.
There we go. Well done. Tonali.
I think they said injuries and maybe some suspensions.
Long pass to Livramento. Livramento going to look for an outlet. Murphy. And a throw in for the Mags. Christensen preventing that corner right there. Livramento, is he going to throw it all the way in there? I hate those, by the way. I don't think they work at all. When people throw all the way in the box, they don't go. It doesn't go as fast. So
yeah, it's hard to get a decent shot.
There we go. Well done, Bruno, right there on that one. Livramento, pass all the way to the middle. Lewis Hall. Hall is going to have to work with Anthony Gordon on the left side of the pitch for the Magpies. Gordon once again 1-on-1, 1-on-2. Tonali.
Come on, spread out, guys.
Gordon. Tonali. Back to Hall.
Hall,
long pass to Gordon. Well done. Gordon runs out of pitch. He runs out of room. But it looks like, the Newcastle United are looking a lot to impact with Gordon, making him the protagonist on that left side. And then Bruno going in the box.
Still need to see something out of Isak.
Yeah,
but we're not getting the ball to him in any good spots. So
yeah, that's a point too. Lewis Hall back to the middle. Bruno, Isak. Long pass doesn't get through. He's tried that twice already, unsuccessfully. Fabian Scher, well done. And Newcastle United get the ball back, and now we are certainly a better team than Leicester.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better.
Looks like Fabian Scher's got the man-to-man marking job of Vardy anyway.
Well done.
I like it.
Jordan.
I like it. I'll take that.
Right to Hermanson.
And it's something we've talked about is getting these shots off.
Yeah. Every opportunity, because it's all about percentages. Even if that spills, or to get a deflection from Chowdhury's quad or calf or whatever, it just gives you the second ball opportunity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Vardy. Cody. All the way to Ndidi. And be careful, Tino Livramento. Tino's, is that, I don't know if that might have been the corner, to be honest, but I don't know. Regardless, it isn't. So that's good. 18 minutes underway.
Just got a toe poke to that in between his legs by the looks of it.
Ooh, actually,
no.
looks like
He
Tino.
He didn't.
I
Yeah,
knew it.
he kicked the back of his leg, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got a little lucky there.
Oh, nice pass right there. Well, not really. Fabian Schär
Vardy.
had good intentions, but bad execution. Now, Mavididi
Oh, it's not Vardy.
to the middle. Back to Mavididi. Canus. And Leicester now with the ball, passing it around. And we see a little bit of pressure there. Well done. Look at that. Two pit bulls, Tonali and Bruno. The problem is now
Big
there's
space
no
now.
midfield. There's a lot of space right there. Be careful. They're going to lock and load. Canus. Well done by Lewis Hall blocking that shot right there by Canus. But Leicester gets the ball back.
Funny, he's hardly been in the game, that Canus, and then literally the world opened up for him just there.
There we go. Alexander Isak now with the ball. And ooh, be careful. Alexander Isak.
Come on.
Alexander Isak against 5.
on.
Isak. Alexander Isak's going to have to pass the ball. Murphy. Oh, my goodness. Murphy.
I can see what he was trying to do, open his body up and get it into that
Yeah,
far
man.
post.
He
But
ain't got the skill to do that, man.
bad execution, man.
Alexander Isak, what a great dribble work right there. But Isak is calling for a foul there. But once you get your shot off, they're not going to give you that.
No, they certainly wouldn't have been asking for a foul if it had gone to the back of the net, would they? Can't have it every way. Oh, hold on. What's he giving here?
A yellow card. Well, did he give the free kick?
Did he give the free kick? It looks like
I
he has.
have never seen a free kick like that after you get a shot off.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting. That's certainly a promising opportunity right there. Skip fouling Isak. And it might be
Have you
but
got
the
a
thing
yellow
is,
card for that? I'm just having a look at this again.
let's
On
take a
another
look at
replay.
it. There we go. I'll be honest, man. I don't think that's a foul.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Because he
I've
goes
just
for
looked at the. Yeah, I've just looked at the referee, and he does give the foul straight away, even as
Okay.
Murphy's taking the shot. To be fair, so that's. I'll change my thoughts on that one.
All right.
No, I mean, to be fair, Oliver Skip puts his foot in, and it's Isak's momentum that falls over Oliver Skip. I've just looked at another camera angle of it. Really weird one, that one, to be fair.
I would like Tonali for this one.
There he is.
Well, Tonali and Shar. I think Shar might ask for it. Tonali, come on, man. You do your thing. Sandro.
Come on.
Sandro hits the wall. The ball goes back to Bruno Guimaraes, though. The ball still Newcastle's in Newcastle's hands, or feet, should I say? No hands allowed. Murphy
Right.
with the long cross,
Oh,
and that has to be a corner
and
kick.
Big
There we
Man
go.
Burn with the square. Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Deflection off the back of whoever it was head.
Burns the other
I
one
think-
that can't clear a piece of paper, but
I think that was Cody, wasn't it? I mean, to be fair, it's Vestergaard. It seemed to come between the two of them. How can you make a decision on that?
yeah.
It's one way or the other, isn't it?
Well, a corner kick now. Anthony Gordon to execute. Gordon with a corner. Right to Leicester, to Vestergaard. Livramento is going to play with Murphy on the right side. Newcastle with the ball back, and looks like Murphy might be fouled. Maybe not. The referee says, play on, play on. Jockey. A throw in, though. Livramento. Tonali's going to make himself available. Man, throw the damn ball, bro. Bruno. Livramento. No wonder Tonali gets cramps running like that for no reason.
Yeah.
The ball goes back to Fabian Schär. Back to Burn.
It's been very one-sided, though, isn't it? All our attacks seem to be left focused, and then they bring in the right side, like a deep run, as you've just seen there, just to keep them on the toes.
Oh, nice pass.
Yeah,
Here we go. Oh,
Isak. He can't get through.
Yeah, Isak's kind of been invisible, but I think a lot of it's been service.
Yeah, he's trying to create his own opportunities. Even those runs that he made, the one that he got fouled, he has to start all the way from the back.
Yeah, it's good defending there.
Yeah,
but
the
he's
ball
got to
goes
come
back
back
to
onto
Newcastle.
the-
Alexander Isak. Isak now with Joe Linton.
Go on, go on.
J7. J7 is going to have to pass it. Gordon.
Tino.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Gordon!
wow.
Oh, my goodness gracious. He didn't control it the right way. Newcastle United get the ball back. Joe Linton. Lewis Hall. Back to Tonali. Tonali misses that one.
Uh-oh. That was
There
an
we
excellent
go.
pass from Tino.
Yeah.
It was.
Tonali's going to have to pass it all the way to the right side. Murphy. Back to Livramento. Bruno.
Bruno in the 6, kind of the defensive spot now.
There we go.
Oh.
Gordon. J7. Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's probably trying to get situated for a cross. Joe Linton with a shot. Not much going on. Right to the center of the goal.
That one I'm not as
Or
happy
numbers.
about. We had something
that's-
going there. We just decided to take the shot.
But there's still 3 bodies in the box, and that's something that I hadn't seen for a long time. You know, it's what I said. It's getting them bodies into the box. You're going to get something eventually if you carry on.
Man,
Yep.
man, when Tonali, sir, the guy, man, when Tonali has the ball, man, he just makes it look so effortless.
Oh, Jacob.
Carefully,
Murphy
Murphy.
Turnover for
losing the
Murphy.
ball once again, and now Vardy's,
Boy.
be careful with him. Mavadidi, 1-on-1 with Livramento. The ball goes back to Christensen. And now Skip. Chowdhury, Skip. Back to Chowdhury. Leicester passing the ball around. Taking their time. Oh, they give the ball away badly there. So that's going to be a Newcastle ball.
That'll do. Sometimes, you know, you just want them to just to calm down a little bit. I think sometimes you can force an issue, and at the minute I just see we're trying to we are working well as a team. It's just the odd stray ball, or we're
Yeah.
holding on to the ball a little bit long,
I tell you
trying
what, man.
too much.
Murphy is having a mare.
Yeah, he's not.
He can't keep the damn ball on his feet.
Oh, that was so
Go on,
nice
go
from
on.
Bruno.
Alexander
Go on.
Isak, be careful. Isak, gonna have to give it to
Pass,
Gordon though.
pass.
Alexander Isak looking for an outlet.
Come on.
Isak, Joe Linton
Show it.
blocked. Oh my goodness.
on.
Murphy,
Oh.
no, Murphy. What did I bring you for, man? Oh,
Murphy
what
has
the
been-
hell was that?
Oh,
And why
Murphy
is-
has been terrible. He's not been good.
What?
I thought he was going to give it to Gordon, then Isak, and then Isak makes the cut. He's got to pass it to Joe Linton. Look at all the bodies on the line, and
I mean,
then
how do you not put that on target, man?
at least on target, man.
You've done that a million times in practice. A million freaking times.
That is shocking.
Well,
And the next one.
on to the next one. But when Joe
I mean,
when Joe Linton shot, 3 bodies just dove in front of the ball. Like,
Yeah.
J7's been pretty good.
yeah. J7's been certainly having a comeback game. We shall see. 30 minutes underway, and that's the well, almost 30 minutes, 27 minutes, and the time, keeps adding up, and we don't score. The
Yep.
pressure will mount.
I'm with
So-
Benjamin. He says if we had a quality right winger, we'd be up 2-0. I don't know about 2-0, but
Yeah, Benjamin there.
I think we just scored already.
Still we still look unbalanced, don't we? I mean, as much that's what I said. It depends on who plays on this right hand side, whether we
Yep.
do well, rather than just looking down the left hand side all the time.
Yep.
But every time we look up, we just look at getting that left hand side involved. I mean, Isak there, as you saw, just moved across onto the left hand side to overload that right back position.
Gordon,
Yeah.
Joe Linton, Bruno, Tonali, Livramento to shoot, and that's a
Oh,
forced
dear.
shot, man. Come
No,
on, man.
Maybe
I mean, you're
Barnes.
always stretching it.
Maybe
Go on,
Barnes
mate, sorry.
should start just because he has goals and it'll stretch the defense. They'll be more worried about him than
The
Murphy.
only thing is, he needs to go. I mean, to be honest, you got to give him time to adjust, Barnes. But hasn't been lining up on the right side. On the right side, he has to just know what he needs to do. He has to adjust to it, and maybe he's not getting the time there to say, okay, this is what I got to do now.
That's nice for Murphy. There we go.
There you go. Murphy, Alexander Isak looking for a ball on the right side. Now back to Bruno Guimaraes, and Bruno's going to have to stretch on that one all the way down. Shar, Lewis Hole now on the left side. Tonali, Bruno, Livramento. And now Murphy once again on the right side. Murphy with the cross. Oh, that's a corner kick.
Oh, it's a corner kick.
There we go.
It's a bit part play, and I'm going to say that we're very dominant regarding having the ball. Oh, Fulham have just gone in front of Liverpool.
Yeah,
Ipswich are beating Wolves. So
a corner kick. Tonali to Gordon.
ball.
Gordon. Pass back.
Come on.
Joelinton! Murphy!
Get in!
It's Murphy!
It's Murphy! Get in!
Man,
Get in!
Oh man.
he
Murphy, the man. The man of probably the worst performance tonight.
and he puts one in.
He puts one in alone.
Look at where he was set up.
That was a set play, man. Look at that. Tonali.
That was a beautiful play too. Yeah.
Gordon onside. Murphy coming from the back alone. That's a set play. That's a set piece right there.
That's something they've done. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I am impressed with that one.
Mind, you know the difference. This one, he got it on target.
Yeah.
He got it on target. That's the
Just
difference.
put it
But
on target,
with his right
He
foot.
could have had a hat trick, as daft as it looks.
Oh, you could not defend that one.
Quality finish, to be fair.
There we go.
So,
what a finish.
Come on.
That's his bet. You couldn't execute that one better, to be honest. And that's just football, man. A guy that's been basically not performing the whole game. Not basically, he wasn't.
Yep.
And then he just scores like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doesn't change the fact, though, that he needs to execute better.
Yeah, he can't be turning. The turnovers are the worst part. If he misses the goal, he's not putting him on target. Okay, but don't turn the ball over where he's been turning it over.
Yeah.
There you go, Tino.
There we go. Mavadidi with the foul there against Tino Livramento. Ball back to Dubravka. Dan Burn.
Say what you want about Dubs, but I'm not nearly as nervous when he gets the ball at his feet.
Oh, I like Dubravka. People are scared. People were saying they were scared of him starting. I don't. I mean, I think he's a really decent a goalkeeper. And I really don't see much of a difference between Pope and Dubravka, in my opinion. And call me crazy, but I don't. And if you want, one actually plays with his feet better, which is Dubravka.
Mm-hmm.
And he can block shots as well. I mean, remember Liverpool, man. Liverpool could have scored 20 goals last season against us, and Dubravka's the one that saved us.
That's nice, Hall.
There we go. Well, good play right there, Lewis Hall. Can't get the pass through, though. But the ball goes back to Newcastle United. Lewis Hall getting that ball back. Gordon with a cross. Nobody home. Tonali. Sandro. The pass to Livramento. Livramento with the settle cross.
Tino is not confident from that distance.
He's also not performing.
He can't pass the ball. He can't pass the ball, mate. Yeah. This is what I said. He's got no cross. He can develop the ball. He can progress the ball really well. When you get there, he's just got no end product. When you've got Murphy as well in front of you, that's what I said.
Oh, look at that pass, Alexander Isak. Is he offside? Oh,
I think he's off.
He's got to be off.
Yeah, Tino, he doesn't have a shot. He doesn't seem to have a very good shot that he's confident in. And like you say, his crossing's just not.
And I think that's where we miss somebody like Trips.
Yeah.
Somebody, as daft it looks, it doesn't really matter who plays in front of you then, because if you've got somebody who's willing just to drop in, we saw under Miggy's purple patch the lovely intricate movements when Trips was playing really well. you've got these little triangles. Trips can create and make a lot of people look well around you. And because he's got that delivery, you know, when you look at the amount of assists he got last season, he was up there with the best of them. So I think that's something that we have massively missed this season. He's somebody on this right-hand side who can deliver a ball.
Well, Hermanson there. I don't know if he got a yellow, but he was certainly getting in trouble for what? Wasting time? They're losing. But anyways, Gordon. We are attacking a lot on Gordon's side, as we should. Gordon getting the shot off. Nicely defended there. Tonali.
Oh.
Bad execution there with the headbutt. Dan Burn, well done. Staying cool, calm, and collected, because if he didn't...
That header from Dan Burns.
Yeah, he just...
That was funny.
It's a self-pass. He meant that.
Exactly.
Nice. Livramento with the cross.
That was nice.
Nobody home, though.
Nobody's there. Yeah, he just needed to slow down.
And then Murphy's going to foul that one. Yeah, Murphy's...
Here comes the card, looks like.
It might be a yellow, yep. Murphy running away because he knows
what it is. Second. You know, that first turnover he made, he did the same thing, so...
I mean, to be fair, I think he took one for the team there because there was all our midfielders were in front of him.
Yeah.
And Murphy's just grabbed him there to say, you know what? Let's get in position.
Yeah.
I don't mind yellow cards like that when you're doing it for the rest of the lads. It's the stupid ones that you just don't need to, you know, when you've got cover. Things like that one you just take.
Or when you commit a turnover.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, it's good to take sometimes, but the turnover is what causes it.
There we go. Tino can't get to it. Well, a throw-in now for Leicester City. We have been seeing domination for Newcastle United. Certainly the best team on the pitch. We expected that. And we just got to do what we need to do. A long throw in there by Christensen. Fabian Schär, well done there. Schär. He can't hoof it, though. Gives it back to Christensen. Murphy on him. Back to Chowdhury. And now Skip. Cody. And Leicester moving the ball around. Oh, look at that. Chowdhury with a strong pass, but good idea, bad execution.
Here we go.
The ball, Joe Linton. And
That's
now the ball goes to Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak. Oh, he missed the sitter. Oh, man, he knows he should have done better than that. That was a sitter right there. And the mighty win is loving this moment, I'm sure.
Horrendous.
But that was what a play right there. This is the first time we've done it. How many times in the season have we done that? Put Isak like that? Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
It was just under his feet, though. That was the problem there. He hadn't got it out of his feet at all.
Yeah.
And it was all underneath his feet, and he couldn't get his foot around it to get it into the corner.
Exactly. My goodness.
I mean, to be fair, what he should have done, because he was a yard in front of Vestaven.
Yeah.
Maybe cut inside.
If he'd have gone across his body line, because he either has to bring it down.
Be careful, that might be a penalty.
And the gotta be a pen.
Oh, the referee's not calling that one.
He's
Vestergaard is getting onto. Let's take a look at it.
It's a yellow card, mate. That's awful. That is awful from Bruno.
I thought he got his foot in front of him. I couldn't really see.
Well, let's take a look. We're gonna have to take a look at it again because I thought he was. Let me see.
I thought he got his foot out.
Bruno.
Oh no, that's a yellow.
Well,
it's awful, mate.
He starts diving. He starts diving before he touches him. So that is a fake. That's a yellow card. Yeah. That's not a foul whatsoever.
That's that South American style again.
That's South American Brazilian stuff there.
I mean, well, there's a
push there, but
if he didn't start falling.
Yeah, if 23 would have stuck his leg out at all, which he really didn't, but if his leg would have come out at all, then he might have been able to get away with it. But he really didn't.
Man, we just had a great opportunity, and Isak should have scored that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have.
So that's back-to-back sitters for him, I think.
Yep.
Last game.
But he's getting himself in them positions. That's what I keep saying.
You got to keep doing it, though. You got to keep putting him in that position.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful. What's going on
here?
A yellow card. A foul on Mavididi. Who's the foul? Who's the yellow card to?
Was that Hall?
Don't know exactly what happened.
Foot in the air or something.
I think he.
Let's take a look at it again. Bruno Guimaraes. They're looking for another card. Oof.
What?
So Leicester's that's what
Where's
they were
the
doing,
foul?
trying to look for a second yellow. Ooh,
yeah, I
that's
see
it.
Yep.
There we go. Now and look at Bruno's face.
Yep.
Bruno
He did
knew, and if they go to VAR, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a yellow.
Well, it's definitely yellow. I don't think it's not a red
No.
because he didn't follow through
Yeah,
with
but
his weight on the
double.
ball.
That's a double yellow. They're going to. He's gonna get. Yeah, he's gonna get a double yellow. I guarantee it. Or is it?
No.
By the way, we got to call it for what it is. VAR are if they don't go to see this, they're rubbish because they should. And I don't want to stay with 10 men, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
They're not looking at it, so it's just.
Because if it was the other way around, we'd be wanting them to do that. And those are unfortunate plays because Bruno had. I mean, what is he going to do? But
Bruno with the yellow this early, it's not what you want to see.
No. But you see, that again will be looked at by the referee as frustration for him going down in the box just and not getting what he wanted from that. So it'll be like retribution, if you like. But luckily for Bruno, when he went through on the studs of Mavadidi on the shin, he hit the shin and then dropped to the floor. So he put no weight through the shin to call it as dangerous play.
Yeah.
It was foul play, but not dangerous play.
Yeah. It was reckless, but not dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, Leicester with the ball back. Mavadidi now on that right side.
Good
Be
job
careful, Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall. That's going to be a foul on Lewis Hall. Mavadidi. Who's now on the right?
Come on, I need a second goal so my scoreline can hold up.
Yeah, I did. I should have said 2-0.
You can't. I mean, it's like I said. Sometimes you've just got to go with that gut punch, haven't you?
Tonali almost didn't get it off.
And this is when it gets me is the fact that you start getting these chances, these half chances, and then you get a real good one and you miss them, and you start thinking, "Oh, I hope they don't go down and give us the sucker punch now."
Yeah.
And as you've just seen there, if Tonali gets found out because he's the deepest lying midfielder, then all of a sudden you're onto our back line straight away. And I think that's where we've got to stop taking risks. If you're the last of our midfielder, play the way the way you're facing. Don't take the risk, even if it means going backwards. Just keep hold of the ball. Sometimes, as we saw last week, by putting them square balls across, thinking somebody's going to run onto it, you've also got every opportunity that the opposition are going to run onto it, as we saw at Brentford.
Yeah, I mean, look at Isak's chance. If Vardy has that chance, I think Vardy puts that in the back of the net.
Yeah. Well, Vardy will just toe poke it. That's what I said. If it looks uncomfortable, I think the trouble is with Isak. Sometimes he wants to connect with the ball. Sometimes too well, you know, and sometimes just a good old toe poke.
Just anything.
With some force can put the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah. He's wanting
Especially
to highlight
if you direct
every goal. Just put it in.
Exactly.
Man. You'll be on the highlights if you put it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, 1-0 Newcastle United versus Leicester. 42 minutes underway in the first half. Chowdhury passing it to Skip. Back to Chowdhury. Skip. And Leicester moving the ball around. Yeah, you can tell Tonali is centered. Guimaraes on the right, and that's the way it should be every time.
See, because of the positioning, as you've just seen there, it was perfect to watch. Yeah. Tonali being the middle man, when the two of them have been told who their opposition player is for them to man mark. Bruno doesn't come out of position. J7 doesn't, and it just leaves Tonali then to move forward and close that space down. That should minimise the amount of space left behind us. So that's something nice to see. Again, we talk about that fluidity in midfield.
Yeah. Well done there by Joe Linton, who's had a comeback game tonight compared to the Brentford match. Gordon, who's been very well as well today.
Well done, Gordon. Yeah, he's done really well.
Isak, long pass to Gordon and doesn't work out. Tonali to steal the ball away right there, but can't do it. Vardy, and now be careful. Skip. McAteer.
What was that?
I don't know what the hell that was, but and Mavididi. Back to Skip with the whatever cross.
There we go.
Very well done, Joe Linton. Now Tonali, back to Joe Linton. Now Bruno.
Come on, Bruno.
Well done, Bruno. Giving the ball away, though. Be careful. Livramento. Back to Bruno. Losing the ball. And now you got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. McAteer. And then Burn.
Come on, Tina. You've got to...
Jeez.
Can't allow the ball just to come down freely like that without trying to get to the ball.
Vestergaard and Leicester City finding a bit of momentum here. Vestergaard. Back to Skip.
Just taking their time there, and we've stood off a little bit, haven't we? We haven't pressed this at all.
No.
Yeah.
Just a time for our breather.
They haven't
just
really
before half time.
Yeah, they haven't really proven to be able to break this down here. So,
man, the Vestergaard is just like Burn, man. He doesn't know what to do with the ball. Just
yeah,
they
seem
back.
That's good.
They seem to run out of ideas whenever things really slow down.
Yeah. And that was the thing there, wasn't it? It's a case of what do I do once I get into this situation?
Yep. Have a lot of non-starters playing. Two minutes.
Oh, 2 more minutes. 2 minutes at a time on the first half.
I want to put another one in. Come on.
All right, looks like the last minutes will be Leicester's. Unless something changes. Vestergaard gets the ball back. Chowdhury.
Oh. Well, they've opened us up here.
That's crazy. Justin just played on the left side, although he's a right back for Leicester. Kind of all over the place at the moment. Oh, be careful with that right there. Well done, Lewis Hall. And now the last corner kick of the first half will be to Leicester. Certainly much better from them, so you got to be careful. It will be a gut punch if we go 1-1 at halftime.
Not after Isaac's miss.
Yeah, too. Vardy right there looking for an option. And it looks like he's being heavily guarded by Tonali. They're about the same size. The cross, Murphy.
There we go, Gordon.
Shot by Skip. Murphy once again. And the ball goes back to Leicester, man.
Yeah, well done, Murphy.
Well done, Murphy, there.
Bit of a poor head of clearance, though, from Murphy, to be fair, but he's made up for it with that one.
Yeah, slow it down, boys. Leicester runs out of ideas here.
McAteer, guarded by Bruno. Bruno being careful with the yellow card.
Foul.
Livramento's going to get to it, Dubravka.
Well done, bud.
And well done.
Did enough there, I think. Tino.
Yeah.
That might have been a corner kick, to be honest.
I'm sure
it was close.
It was very on the line. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is halftime. Halftime. Wow. A bit of an intense game, to be fair, lads.
There's been a lot of huff and puff.
A lot of huff and puff,
yeah. There's a lot of huff and puff. And again, it's about having that little bit of quality at the end. We've seen, Murphy miss a couple of chances. But, like I keep saying, if you give yourself enough opportunity to get the shot off, then you've got every opportunity of getting on the score sheet. And I think the thing that I've noticed with us in the past, again, it's about passing the buck. It's nice to see there's a few players willing to have a go.
Yeah.
We've just got somebody coming with a super chat.
Shout out to Connor again with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. Says
I agree.
We cannot sit back in the second half and protect the 1-0. Well, 100%. 100%. If that happens, then I would not happy. I would not be happy with that. I mean, it makes no sense. We are the better team. We should go out there and trying to beat this team as much as we can.
We definitely should have 2 on the board at least right now too. So these guys should be looking at that
and this is no disrespect to Leicester City, but as you've seen the quality that they've got in and around the ball isn't there. So these are the teams where, in actual fact, not only should you dominate in possession, but you should also dominate as in chances created. And I think what the biggest thing for me, like I say, the only thing that we've got in at the minute is the through ball to Isaac. That is your only outlet. Then you've got the chances created from the width on the left hand side. The ball comes in, and hopefully we'll pick something on the right hand side. We've seen a couple of efforts from Burn over the goal line, and we've had Murphy's couple of shots that have gone wide, take away from his great set piece play, where we've obviously worked on something. And to be fair, you know, he took that ball, that goal, which was a lot harder to score than it was the first two opportunities, which were a lot easier to score, or at least get on target. And I think that's what we have on the right-hand side. We've still got this imbalance. We've got more of an imbalance because of Tino, again, creation and quality. And I keep emphasising the word creation, because you do not get anything unless you create something. And again, it just means that we are heavily dominant down that left-hand side, and we are picking up pieces down the right-hand side. It doesn't give us a fluidity, and that's why I'm not trying to be too negative, but I can't also be too positive, because we're only 1-0 up. These are the type of teams where you go out there, you build your dominance, and you also build your credibility and confidence from teams like you're facing today.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yep, these are games that you kind of need to dominate even more, put more goals in. This is how you get, we talk about goal difference. These are games that you can use to try to build your goal difference, which we don't have and we need. I know that the team doesn't talk about that, but
all right, let's go with some comments if we can. Waldo here says played some pretty good stuff, but to be fair, Leicester are poor, so hard to judge. Well, look, this is not going to be a game where you judge where okay, we beat Leicester, we're good now, we're a good team. No, it's not going to be that. But we certainly have to beat them and move on to the next one. That's just as simple as that. But we got to put the game away, though. We can't just speculate with the results. Certainly. So let me see. Who's the ref today? Is this Queen of Heart? I'm not sure. Not sure who the referee is. Davey, at least our corners are looking more threatening. Certainly. Yeah. That's true. Beard, this side is overly coached at this point. It's the same playing patterns over and over again. Thankfully, Leicester are crap. There you go. Well, I think we played good today. This is the best lineup, and we play good against, like, I would agree, a poor team, but it is what it is. And to be fair, I think the worst player on the pitch for us, Murphy, is the one that scored the only goal. So it's just crazy how it works, but an excellent set piece play, by the way, excellent executed, and you gotta admit that. LATT, and then we're looking at that sitter as well that Isak missed, man. It was, if you notice, it's the same play the last time around, I believe. Or who was it against? He was offside by just by a millimeter. He was offside. Same play. I think Bruno gave him that pass. And
I would say that was it Brentford?
Maybe so, maybe. And he scored so effortlessly. Obviously, he was offside, so he didn't count. But I mean, it was the same play, literally. So, I mean, I think you put Isak in that position multiple times, he will score. It's just a matter of how many times we do it. I mean, we got to keep doing it. Benjamin, we're not great in the second half. Still not confident we get a win. If we keep playing the way we're doing, we're gonna win. We just gotta score. Isak missed. There we go. Queen of Hearts. TM his name. There we go. Blah blah. Blah. Connor says Leicester can't get any worse than that. So I expect more from them. Yeah. Well, we expected more for Newcastle, and certainly they come out and did their part. So, Tiger Studios, my fear he takes the alley off and brings Longstaff on. That is right there my biggest concern, because one of the things that I praised from Eddie, what match was it that when he didn't make any changes, until later in the 80th some minute. I praised against Liverpool. against Liverpool because in my opinion, no changes were needed. So sometimes he just needs to do that, leave the best 11, and let him do. And certainly Tonali is not. I don't think anybody's been playing horrible. It has to be Murphy. You will have to make an adjustment for Murphy if that's the case. He scored. But if you want to see something different, maybe put Barnes in. But that's the only player that I would make a substitution for, as far as now is concerned. I mean, we'll see when the second half starts. So here we go. Let me see more comments. Waldo, have to say Gordon much better today. Eaton needs to last 90 minutes though. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't you guys agree? I mean, he's been playing great or decent, good this game. So,
like Gary was saying, though, we're so heavy on the left side that we talk about 90 minutes. I mean, Gordon's carrying a lot of the weight here, so 90 minutes is going to be.
He has been, like I said, he's been the most, as after it looks, the most dominant player because he's carrying the ball into the box. He's the beauty of having the ability to do what he does and do it well is he attracts players to you, and when you attract players to you, again, you're creating space for other people to take a shot at. And we've seen J7 do that. We've seen Murphy do that now, all from that left-hand side because you're drawing players to you. I keep saying it, like I'd like Louis Hall just to free up a little bit. Again, I think his confidence has probably been knocked a little bit from the previous two games. Salah and Buemo haven't done him any favours. He seems to be a little bit within himself at the minute, and I think again, if we can, and again, I don't know why Eddie does this, but he always wants our fullbacks to play this inside right and left position. So you've got midfielders that are there. You need to keep the width sometimes, and I think and Chris made a comment, and I'm not sure whether he was aware of what he said when he said it, was, my God, it's compact in there. Because there's a lot of bodies sometimes within the confines of the ball. And when you do that, it becomes a lottery whether the ball's going to get through to your player because of so many bodies. And I think sometimes if we can keep, whether you work it on the left or whether you work it on the right, for me on the right-hand side, it probably needs that inside run a little bit more with T now. But with Louis Hall, we know he can deliver a ball with his left foot. I don't know why he just doesn't stay out on the left-hand side, hug the line a little bit more, and then if the ball does come back to him, he can get that whipped ball into the box as an outswinger rather than just a looped cross into the box, which then just becomes a 50-50.
there you go. Good points. Long stuff is awful, says Beard. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. This is the thing, though. He's not an awful player. He's just not quality to be starting over Tonali. Might be a squad player. I would put Lois Miley in front of him to see what he can do. And, that's that. I don't think he's a terrible player, the worst player in the world. None of that. Just things where they belong. That's what I asked for. Tony T, Beer, same players who were only beating the poor Leicester 1-0. Let me see. Kenny, Dwight Gale scored. Dwight Gale. What? Tom Bremmel is the referee. There you go. That's whoever was asking for the referee's name. Tiger Stewart says, how out still? Well, like I said, this is not going to change any of that.
No.
It shouldn't really, whether you're how in or how out. It shouldn't change your perception. This shouldn't make you a how in person. If you're how in, it shouldn't, because it's a poor team. We got to beat them. We're doing what we're supposed to, and then we move on. And we'll see how, if we continue, I guess that would the only thing that changes people's mind is if we continue a good form of games and good results, then that might do it. Some people are just not going to be content. That's fine, but the vast majority will make a move towards giving Eddie until the end of the season if he continues to make changes and to make progress, I guess you can say. But it's not going to happen after this game, so you can put that to rest. Connor, I hope Asula is given 15 to 20 minutes.
But I hope he is too, because that means we'd be up by like 3 goals at that point. Because I don't think Kyle's going to play him if it's significant, if it's a big game.
That's the thing. Yeah, I don't think Asula will get games this game, unless, like you said, we score all those all those goals. But it could be a game to bring in Barnes on that right side if the to see if he can do better, because still that right side is a big issue. Big issue because you got Murphy that plays good, and then today he's playing rubbish, and then he scores. So it's so inconsistent, left up and down, up and down, up and down. That and when people look at the game, we say, "Well, we're scoring because we're winning because of Murphy." Yeah, but you can't just you can't just analyze a game like that. You cannot. He's given the ball away a lot this game already, and a lot of those, the way he's tried to score that 1-2 goals, just sending it to the stands. It just, but then he scored, so you got to count that for his I guess game score or whatever. But still not enough though on that right side. Still not enough. And if Eddie, look, and if Eddie's saying that we're likely not going to be active this window, if that's the truth, if he's not lying, then he should be looking for an option to not sit on his laurels. Not say I got Murphy, that's what I got. Well, it is what it is. No, he needs to. If it's Barnes, for some reason he can be an adjustment, then he needs to be given time. So, no. We shall see though what happens in the second half. The players are who stays out there in the at halftime warming up. The subs.
All the subs. Yeah, all the subs.
The subs. All subs warming up. So,
unless there's been a call from the manager to bring one of them in. Yeah.
There we go. I was looking at Gordon's pass right there. This is the goal play. Well done. That set piece was executed to perfection, and they couldn't execute it better. So well done. But we need more goals though. We need more goals. Right?
Yeah, at the moment it's 14 shots, 5 on target for Newcastle, 54% of the ball. Leicester only have 3 shots, none on target. So
there you go. Wow. 9 on target for Leicester.
86% pass accuracy for us, only 73% for them. We do have more yellows.
Yeah.
But they have more fouls, so.
There you go. If we look at interesting. Where's the? I'm not getting the shots on target. What the hell? I'm seeing total shots 14 to 30 on SofaScore on the app. I'm only getting 14 shots for us, but I want to know how many on target. We only created 1 big chance according to them, but that would be the goal if they only counted 1.
Yeah, it's showing 5 on target from what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which does make sense because I think J7 had a couple at the keep. Murphy had, I don't know if Murphy's, I think just the 1. So there's 3.
Anthony Gordon had 1, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I think J7 had 2 because you commented on the one that was a little bit further out, saying that I wasn't very happy with that one.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think they were all from the similar ilk, if you like, and I think that's been our biggest.
We got Leicester is substituting their goalkeeper.
Making a sub. Yeah.
So is the kid injured?
Hermansen, is he knackered?
Because he's a good keep. I mean,
Hermansen is. I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, Hermansen.
Apparently, this guy must have been like an old guy because he's still wearing number 1, Ward.
Yeah, Ward's been with them for a while, hasn't he?
He had to have gotten injured. Yes.
Or has he had a bit of a tiff because he was obviously having a bit of an issue with the liney. So I wonder whether he's gone in there screaming and shouting and
Well, second half is underway, ladies and gents.
Interesting, this one.
Already. Let's take a look. I don't know if you guys can help if we made any changes. I highly doubt it, but
no, we haven't. I'm just looking at the top. The lineup's just coming up underneath, Chris.
And there we go.
Nothing at all.
Oh, that was a nice cross.
Nice cross right there. Second half underway, ladies and gents. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Help us out. Murphy. And now all the way to Gordon. Good vision right there by Murphy. There we go. Murphy. Against 2. Murphy, Gordon passed to the middle. Bruno gave my eyes. Joe Linton has to
fired into Joe Linton there.
Yeah, Tonali gets fouled though. Tonali's down there. That one hurt. And a free kick for the Magpies.
No yellow for that one, huh? That was pretty
poor challenge. Right
That was a very poor challenge.
That was vicious right there. Look at that.
That's a yellow. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all
Nowhere near
skin,
the
nothing
ball,
ball.
is it?
All skin right there. Look at
Yeah,
that. Bang.
that's poor. That is a real lunge.
Yeah.
No yellow. Okay. I guess he's
Yeah,
just lucky.
quite
we get
lenient
that halftime.
with some of the challenges, hasn't he, regarding cards?
Yeah.
He's let some challenges go without a card, and yet some of the ones that have been carded have been somewhat a little bit, I mean, and Bruno, exception to Bruno's, the others have been a little bit lenient. Imagine if Bruno, though, had have got a card for that dive that he did in the penalty box, and then
Oh, that
straight
would have been a
away
yellow
do
card.
that. That would have been a killer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Gordon for the free kick. The cross.
I like
Lewis
it. Come
Miley.
Come on! Come on!
And then Bruno!
Hey, we did it, baby.
Yeah!
Bruno did it.
Bruno. Hey. He finally got his header in, Bruno.
We got Bruno in the middle.
Hey,
Bruno
whatever they-
finally got his header in, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know what the
2
keep
minutes.
was doing there because
It was alone,
there
though.
for a long time.
Yeah, the
It was
goalkeeper is cold,
floating,
man.
wasn't it? It was
The
crazy.
goalkeeper is cold. Oh, well,
Not
there we
he's
go.
not offside there.
Ways off.
No.
Nope.
Was he offside? No.
I don't think he was. Because there's a guy in the net when Bruno hit it.
Yeah, but if he's beyond the line, he's not involved with play.
Oh, that's
He's
true.
off. You got me? No, he's okay.
Well,
I think.
I think he's okay, but well done, Lewis Hall.
This would be a good
And
sliding-
Bruno, all
Yeah,
by his
yeah.
lonesome.
Yeah, Chowdhury's there, isn't he?
Yeah.
This guy here, you see, he's off the field to play, but
Yeah.
it drives me insane when that happens, because if you do that voluntary, it's a yellow card because of foul. It's ungentlemanly conduct. But
Yeah.
you can see how it's interpreted sometimes by people.
I want to
No,
keep
he was
going.
definitely onside.
We need to put the
Yeah,
gas,
of course you do.
the
Yeah, yeah.
accelerator down here.
Well, VAR taking a look at it. And
That's
there's no
Bruno.
offside. What the hell? They just deleted the players. How can they do that?
It's where Chowdhury is there
that's
when he
tough.
heads the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's onside.
Yeah, I don't see where there's an offside.
He's
sign.
onside when he heads the ball. It's where he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
Say,
Come
it's
on,
where
Bruno. let's go.
Chowdhury's leg was when he was sliding in, because that was the one from Lewis Hall's header was where he was when that ball come across, and it looked like Chowdhury was onside with him.
That was a good cross right there.
That was beautiful from Hall.
From Hall, yeah, exactly.
Well,
Hall also
to
one
be
of the best
fair,
players.
you've got to think of where it all started from. It was
Yep.
a great
Yeah.
ball, great vision from Murphy,
Yeah.
because it was Murphy who let that ball go to Gordon.
Very
And
true.
then it was the infield play where we've got the free kick from. So, and that's what I said. That's why it gets so frustrating as a fan, because you can see what he can do,
Joe
but
Linton.
then he does something crazy.
Oh, long pass right there to Gordon.
There we go.
Gordon. Gordon
Feed to the-
1-1, overlapped by Lewis Hall.
Go on.
Lewis Hall with the cross.
Go on.
Alexander
Yeah,
Isak!
Get
Hey,
in!
one more.
Man, oh man, Mao Mai. And Ward is having a man. Ward is was
Ward's
bad,
going to have
bad
a bad
mojo.
back after this one. Yeah.
He's bad mojo, man. He's bad mojo.
But what have I just
Man,
said about having
I'm-
Hall come on the outside
yeah.
and not come inside? And that's exactly
go.
what I just wanted to see. Was while you've got this lad who, again, you can
I'll
see
tell
him
you
running
what,
on
though.
the inside.
It got
He comes on
deflected
the
on
outside
Tonali.
this time.
It got deflected on Tonali's back, that play. And then beautifully done. Well, that was a big deflection, though, on Cody, to be fair. But he put it in there.
You
and
do pick
Alexander
up your
Isak-
chance, though, mate.
Just like you were saying. We were saying first half. You put it in and around the goal. Things like that
Exactly.
happen, and it gives you.
And that right there, if I'm not mistaken, is what makes the Isak's goal available. Onside, rather.
Yeah, it
Mm.
is.
Yeah.
Because if not,
Beautiful.
he wouldn't have been. So there we go. And Ward,
Poor Ward.
he just
Ah,
man,
2
and
goals
just-
in how many minutes? 5 minutes.
And just
Well,
like that, ladies and gentlemen,
it's mad, isn't it?
it is over.
Hey, I want one more though. I want 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we
let's
need to
get
keep
5
doing it.
more. Let's keep going, guys.
Mate, I want
we-
6 or 7 if I can get
Yeah,
them.
talking about goal difference. I mean, that's a
Yeah,
big thing.
absolutely. We just need to keep going because it's
Yeah.
it's confidence builder.
Yep.
If we can keep a clean sheet as well, it's best for the defence. keep scoring goals. It's great for the attack. And
Yep.
this is what I said. Sometimes the midfielders don't really get involved that much, but they are the ones that unlock the defence and the ones that hold the defence up, if you like.
Great play,
There we
Hall
go.
there. Great defense.
Well done right there, Lewis Hall.
Oh,
Once
that's
again.
beautiful.
Great ball.
pass.
What a
Mr.
ball.
Alexander Isak.
Come on,
Isak.
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 Come on.
Isak. Pass it.
What?
Isak.
What?
Murphy. Oh, and I brought it across the bar.
Typical Murphy.
Murphy. That was a
All
corner
the
kick,
time.
though,
I'm
wasn't that?
telling you, if we had a real
Yeah.
right winger, man,
That was not a corner kick.
Oh,
5-0
my
right
days.
now.
What a pass, though, right there by Lewis Hall.
What a
man.
play from me.
What's
And
a
I tell
play
you
from
what,
Isak?
look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Isak is so skilled, man. And
Murphy just.
it
yeah,
wasn't
He
a
tried
save.
to-
It wasn't.
No, you tried to put some power into that rather than just place it.
Oh,
The
that
ball, the
wasn't-
pace was on the ball, man. Just put side foot it into the other side of the net.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Get it across the keeper. Honest to God.
Think if
That's
that's
what I said.
Mbeumo.
So bloody frustrating at times, isn't it? You know, you see the same player do something really well, and then you think, oh my God, you've got the world to aim at there.
Yeah.
Damn it. What? We keep going. We must keep going.
Yep. Got to keep going. Give the crowd a show. These guys, the fans haven't seen something like this in a while. Just
Don't
pour it
slow
on.
down now. And hopefully these are have to gamble even more now just to try and get back into the game.
Yeah.
So that should leave more space behind. Look, go on.
Yeah, and then, like we said, 15, 20 minutes, put on Asula, get him some minutes.
Yeah. Give him some quality time.
Yeah, that would
and
be
also it allows Isak time to have a breather.
Exactly, yes.
You've won the game now. Just relax. Go and enjoy your football. This is where you need to start showing the difference between the quality
Yes.
levels. It's not just huff and puff.
Well, nice foul there on Gordon. He's calling the foul? What was that? What's he calling?
He's called the foul.
No card? Seemed pretty late.
Yeah, I think it was, again, I don't know what it is with this referee. He just doesn't seem to be noticed by the players at all, does
Especially
he?
when it's blue. We have the 2 yellows. They don't have any cards, and they have way more fouls than us.
Yeah, it's crazy. I suppose you'd class it as intent type of thing. What is it? Is it malicious play or whatever? And maybe he's deemed ours a little bit more of a tactical foul than theirs. But a foul's a foul at the end of the day. And if you continue to do it, it should be the fact that you get a card just for the amount of fouls, because you have to make a stand, don't you?
Yeah, especially when that seemed really late on Gordon, like really late.
Yeah, I did.
And the chant of Eddie Howe's Black and White Army in the stands.
Oh boy,
Oh,
here
be
we
careful.
go.
Canoes. Oh,
Nice save.
well done
Dubravka.
there by Dubravka.
Shouldn't have let that happen though. They can't switch
that
off,
was-
guys.
Yeah, that was
Wake
McAteer,
up.
wasn't it? Coming in on this
McAteer wasn't
side.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Just because they've swapped side, haven't they? Them two, Mavadidi and McAteer.
Well, that's the thing. You cannot. I mean, look, it's 3-0. I don't think it. If they equalize, I mean, everybody needs to get sacked.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but still,
But don't
you
give
can't.
up
You
a
can't.
goal here. This
Yeah,
we've
you
been
can't
so
give up a
much
goal.
better.
You
like
cannot give
this.
them any glimmer of hope. Exactly. Mavadidi with the out of nowhere cross to Vardy and Livramento.
And really, all we have to do, and we've proven this: slow the game down when they have possession and they run out of ideas.
Yeah, but again, it's a case drawing them into that false sense of security. You've seen now we've gone to this 4-5-1, which seems to be Eddie Howe's get out of jail position to have a breather. You've done the work now. Let them have the ball in front of you, and then it's break as a unit, And it's that full. But these are the things that get me. It's when they throw a ball through the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We seem you see what I mean? We seem uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, how do you deal with that situation?
That kid's come on this second half and been good last two.
Yeah, well, McAtee's never going to set the world alight, but he, like you say, he's naturally left-footed. He's tried on the left-hand side and he's done nothing. And now these are forced to make 3 changes.
Wholesale changes here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. Leicester are about to make some changes.
Make
a lot of them.
Murphy, what are you doing? Wake up.
Ball all the way. Yeah, I guess Hermansen was injured for some reason. Didn't really see much, but the goal. Danny Ward, coming back onto to play for Leicester. Certainly not a lucky talisman.
No, not at all.
A throw in now for Leicester. 56 minutes underway. Newcastle United have pretty much decided this game in less than 2 minutes, if that. Just in there for the throw in. Cody. Chowdhury to Mavididi. And Isak now with the ball.
Come on.
Be careful. Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno to Murphy. Murphy with the
There we
pass
go.
That's a
to
good.
Isak.
Oh, straight down his
Yeah,
throat.
Right, Adam.
The other side, though, it was supposed to be to the right post for the goalkeeper, left side for Isak. That would have been. He would have never gotten that one.
Anywhere else apart from straight at
Oh.
him, it was a goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that pass is just a pass to goal. Man.
Hit it beautifully as well. Hit it so true, he just went straight down the keeper's throat.
Here we go.
And there we
Gordon
go once again.
looks
Lewis
so
Miley now
balanced,
as a
didn't he?
midfielder. Lewis Miley.
Lewis
Thank you so
Miley.
much to Ian.
Lewis
Ian-
Hall.
No, Lewis Miley. Sorry, Lewis Hall. Ian Fleming, thank you for the £2 super chat, mate. This is more like it, he says.
Yes.
There we go.
Indeed.
Should have done this to a lot of teams this year.
Yeah,
Oh, that
we
is
should.
true.
But that's all right. We're doing it now.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
It's a time and a place. At least
Just
I'm
gotta
gonna
keep
get
it up.
I'm gonna get the 2 points for the win.
Hey, one more goal and my scoreline is right.
All right, don't keep
Oh yeah,
rubbing
you
it
did
in.
say 4-0, didn't you?
I want more though. Forget that.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, I hate these backseat drivers. You know what I mean? That tell you all the good news. Oh dear. And here
Yep.
we go. Chowdhury's gone off.
Oh, is
This is
that
what I expected.
Oh, I thought it was Gio Reyna from the US.
Mavadidi's going off. He's had enough.
Mavididi didn't do anything for them.
No.
He's more huff and puff than anything.
Oh, Vardy's off.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Already off. Well, that's interesting. Well, that might be. Well, Ruud is a new manager, so he might be the one to put the cross on Vardy. No manager has been doing that for Leicester.
I mean, if you're getting ran down by Dan Burn, might be time.
So, but like I agree.
There we go.
Oh,
Great ball.
Alexander Isak.
Great
1-1.
ball.
Isak
Come on,
has his
Isak.
own ice.
Come on, Murphy, now.
Murphy
Come on,
for his
Murphy.
second goal. Murphy!
let's go!
Yes! Get in. Come on.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I said this should
beatdown.
be 6 or 7.
Yeah.
They are so open on that right hand side because
Wide
of what we
open.
can do on the left hand side.
Yep.
They just move the ball quickly over to the right. Murphy should have had a hat trick easy today.
Yeah.
More than that, probably.
Yeah.
But the
Well,
thing
look at
is,
this.
but
Murphy
look,
should have 4 right now.
he got it right. He scored.
Yep.
I think this playing on the left, starting on the left, like the way we're doing, is going to be highlighting the right winger a lot. He's going to be in a position to score a lot of goals.
Yep.
So and that's why hence he should have had 2 more goals probably. So well, he scored though, so now his score should be going up.
Well, there's, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, as much as he's had a poor game for in circumstances, he's been in the right position when we've needed him, and
exactly.
And that's been the thing, hasn't it? You know, I keep saying it's the players that go and hide after they've failed that I always worry about. And if you're willing to keep yourself in the limelight, even for the wrong things, you're always going to get the opportunity to go on and score.
So
Harvey Barnes is coming on.
Harvey
Where's
Barnes,
Lewis,
there we
man?
go.
Oh, yeah, that's
I would
it
put him
now.
on because if we keep doing the way we're doing, he might score as well. If he can shoot with his right foot, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Well, it's
but
not
it's a
only
left foot.
that, you know as well as I do, Chris, I will not allow anybody to get a hat trick. So
well,
I
there
can
we go.
guarantee you now,
Murphy's
Murphy's coming
coming
off.
out,
There we go. That could be it.
I mean, to be honest though, Murphy should already have like 4. So
I tell you what, I really would love for Tonali to score, man. He's just
yeah, I agree.
Isak, Gordon,
We're just
Gordon,
up now.
who's been
His
had a
left hand
one-
side is just so dominant. It's
To me-
unreal.
To me, Gordon, he played great against Arsenal, but I think tonight is the best game I've seen Gordon this season.
Yeah,
Yeah, he seems
just-
fresh. I said that before. He looks so
he
balanced.
does. Yeah. Come on, Tino. Do
And look at
something
that,
here.
Tino
Go
Livramento
on,
making a
Tino.
good run and that cross.
Oh.
Come
Be
on,
careful.
come on.
Joe Linton in the back. I think they got in each other's way there. Bruno.
Oh,
Tonali.
Tonali.
Oh, my goodness. That was it, though. That was it. That
Dang
was
it.
it.
Tonali was
Oh,
locking
man.
and loading.
Just
I was
in
ready for
time
the
by
ole,
the
ole,
skin of his
ole.
teeth.
Sandra
blocking
ole,
that one.
ole.
Because Tonali was going to, missile that one.
Nice from Burn
Come on
there.
now.
Tonali. Bruno.
There we
Bruno with
go.
the long
Oh,
pass to
ball.
Isak.
He's on.
Alexander.
He's on.
Oh,
Oh, got
he-
under his feet there.
Oh. It was a cracking ball.
That was a beautiful ball. Just an unlucky bounce. Seemed like.
See, Fabian Schär took it off Tino, who was running onto that ball there and put himself in all ends of trouble. And that's sometimes the trouble, isn't it? You know, it's players like Shaw who want to be involved in the game so
What the-
much. Look at that. What is Dan Burn passing
Burn.
there? Jesus. Talk about the in-betweeners.
Golly.
Oh, Dan Burn. Be careful. To be fair, our defense has had a quiet game because
Oh,
of
go,
great.
Leicester's.
Hall.
Give and go.
There we go,
Well
Hall.
done.
Look at that, Lewis Hall. There we go. He was fouled, but he keeps on going.
What a-
Nice
Murphy.
pass
That's the ball.
all the
That's
way
the
to
ball.
Murphy. Murphy, what a
Hold up
technique
for a
right
second
there.
here.
Murphy, the
Oh,
pass back
What
to
did-
Gordon.
Oh!
Well done, Shar, but to nobody there. But yeah, there we go, man. That's it.
This is what we have to do to championship sides. I mean,
Yeah. Gordon coming off, do you think? Oh,
Trippier.
Trippier
Trips. As
and
For
well.
Barnes.
Trips
Barnes.
Barnes.
So maybe
That's
Tino
fine.
and Murphy.
and Longstaff.
Yeah,
And
Murphy is
Longstaff's
coming off. Longstaff,
Yeah.
please don't.
So here comes Tonali. Tonali's
Yeah.
coming off. Ain't
I
no.
d-
Well, it might be J7.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Let the man play, man. Let him do
I
his
know.
thing.
I agree.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but
2 goals, 4 shots, 2 on target.
Yeah.
No hat trick for you, Jake.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Bruno.
Yes.
Wow.
I like it. I like it.
Yes.
Let him relax.
Yeah, yeah. Let
Give
him
some
chill.
time off. He's played a full 90 minutes this whole year.
Bruno Guimaraes coming off. Well, Howe has grown some balls.
Yeah. So who's captain now? Is that going to be Big Dan Burn?
Big DB, I would imagine. Yeah.
Probably, yeah, that is true. Or
He's-
Tonali.
You know, Bruno got his goal and had a good game.
A good game as
Let
well.
him
Everybody
rock,
played
man.
good. So that's the thing. At this point now, we can say everybody played good. Murphy, on that first goal, he still was playing bad, but then
Yeah.
you can say he
2
corrected.
goals. Can't really complain about that. Hall's been magnificent in this one, the second half.
I still want to see a Sula.
I do
If
too.
I would like to see a Sula,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, I mean, listen,
this
you
is a
only
game.
got,
If he can't get in this game, what
He'll
game
never
is he
get in.
ever going to play?
and I tell you, Isak already scored, and Isak is your main striker.
Yeah, no
You
Wilson.
can- Exactly. You can say that he could need some rest
Yes.
because you're gonna play Wednesday, man.
Yeah.
And you don't forget, as I said, we've got these games thick and fast coming up now.
Yeah.
You've got to try and get, when you get to this position, you have got to try and get your stars, if you like, some minutes on the bench.
Yeah. Thank you, Ian Fleming. Once again, says what
Ian,
a
thank you.
performance. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, but we've got to be able to keep doing it. That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's just
Yeah. One game
about-
just isn't enough.
How about
at the minute.
Longstaff gets a goal in this one, and then it
wouldn't
increases
doubt it.
a little bit of a value come up, January.
Well, their head should have gone now, and that's what I said. This is where you push and you
Yes.
start being a bit more creative with these low blocks, because
Look at
that's what
Gordon.
you've got.
Just
Well done,
slicing them
Gordon.
up right now.
And but by the way, Leicester
Look at
did not
that.
have
Oh,
those.
Look at that.
beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
long
the pass
pass.
should have been for Trippier there. But
Yeah.
but I tell you what though, let's be honest. There's no low block from Leicester City tonight.
No.
So that might be something that we still need to.
Yep. No, for sure.
No, it's not about these doing the low block. It's like when we're attacking and they start stepping back. These are the games where you start trying the give and goes, try and get in behind. And you've just seen that at the front, and it was like we've just said, the ball should have gone out to Trippier, really.
Golly, there's another
But
foul.
we were so tight. You know
Where's
what I mean?
the card, man? Get the card out.
Yeah,
That was
it's
so
starting to get a bit
late.
silly
It's so
now, isn't it?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like absolutely no reason for that. And he doesn't get a card.
Now, they have been a little bit lax when it comes to blue shirts getting cards, I must admit.
It's like
I
you
think
feel
sometimes
bad
you
for
can
him.
feel sorry for them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the quality is just not there, and you can see
Yeah.
that, and it's for everybody to see. You know, these are going to grind out results just through a little bit of, performance from the team rather than individuals.
Oh, nice. Come on, Trips.
Go on.
Alexander is a little bit too long there.
Yeah. Great idea, just not enough execution. But that's the difference with Trips, isn't it? He sees it and delivers it. And, it's not always going to be 100%. We know that,
Yeah,
especially he's still fresh.
Yeah,
just
second
coming
touch,
on.
third touch. So
Yeah. And that's what we've missed, if I'm honest with you. We've missed that mindset of delivering the ball quickly into the areas that we need.
Oh, look at the moon.
Look at that moon, man. That's beautiful.
wow.
Full one.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, for any viewers out there, that's not the mighty win with his pants down, by the way.
He's probably having a good time right now.
Oh, that'll be it now. It'll be all the joys of spring, mate.
Yeah. Definitely the most fun performance of the year. I don't know if it's our best performance, but
I think it is. Maybe.
I
Well,
don't know.
no, because the rival is.
Liverpool was
Yeah,
really, really fun. A good, really solid performance. But defensively, we were not good. So
No. But again, it's like we were saying, you can't just turn up for the big teams.
Exactly.
These lads have got to start performing and put into the task, if you like.
Yep.
I don't want to say put into the sword poor teams, but they've got to start showing dominance. That's a poor
Trips. Yeah, I saw what he's trying to do there. Just
ball.
didn't quite come off.
That wasn't Trippier, was it?
Oh, was it?
No, I think it was Barnes. I think that was Harvey Barnes.
Oh, yeah. You're probably right.
They look so similar out there, don't they? That's
Isak, well.
No, that's poor.
We shall see. I want Barnes to be more to figure out what he needs to do. There we go, Harvey Barnes.
There we go.
On the right side. Nice pass right there, though, to Isak, who I don't know what he's trying to do.
Jumped
there,
over it.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to get the
corner.
challenge there. Yeah.
Oh, he let it go for a corner. There we go.
Yeah, Leicester's going to struggle to stay up.
They are.
Rudd
what I
is going
said,
to have a
they
hard go of it.
They need the they need the team, and that's what I said. Sometimes you just need the luck.
Yeah.
Something to come.
Put it on. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
Have a go. Don't walk it in,
Longstaff,
man.
With the cross there, now to Burn.
Burn.
What the hell is happening? Joe Linton. Barnes. Be careful. Barnes has done this before.
Oh,
Burn with the. He almost got it.
Was that Burn again?
Jesus.
My goodness.
Oh man.
It's calamitous at the back, isn't it? They look all over the place.
They are completely not focused. They want this game to be over. Leicester.
Yeah. Big Dan Burn there. I just thought he was going to get on the end of that one.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a foul.
If
he pulls out a card, I swear, you better not pull out a card. Is that?
No, that's bullshit right there, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That is bullshit right there, man.
That's crap. That's J7.
No,
that's J7 missing.
One play. Come on, man. Joe Linton
that is
telling
horse crap.
One play, and Joe Linton losing his mind because he's right.
They
one play
the
whole game. One play the whole game.
He didn't even do it. What the hell? That is a foul, but it's. I mean, come on. That is some BS
Oh,
right there.
one play,
Yeah,
and I tell you
he's
what, I
not
don't
happy
understand it.
there.
That is absolute crap.
Yeah, the trouble is now what we don't want is suspensions for next Premier League match.
5 yellow cards. He
Yeah.
is suspended
He
for the
is,
next one.
yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, there we go. And now Isak with the pass. Well done, Harvey Barnes.
Come on, Jace.
Barnes.
Come on.
Barnes. Longstaff.
No,
Longstaff gets the pass there. But
These guys are
no
putting themselves
Trippier.
in corners that they don't need to be put
Oh,
in.
man. And is he going to suffer that one for the cup?
No,
Is he gonna-
it's the next Premier League game.
And that's
So we'll still be able to play the
Ipswich.
cup.
That's
Yeah.
Ipswich.
Yeah.
Well, look.
away,
if this-
though. Ipswich away.
Yeah. They're going to put cow manure on the pitch.
Yeah. What do they call them? Carrot eaters?
Tractor boys.
The Tractor Boys. Kieran Trippier. Formerly a captain of Newcastle United. Certainly didn't like getting the captaincy stripped away.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just can't. That yellow,
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Just because Leicester has been fouling left and right.
Yeah. Poor fouls. Late. Very late. And nothing.
Yeah. And nothing at all. Yeah, it's
Oh,
weird,
look at
isn't it?
That was like
Tonali.
bang, bang, foul,
Whew.
and they're giving a yellow for that. And
Trippier.
he's going to miss the next game.
Trippier with the
Trip?
shot.
Or was that Trips?
And
Yeah.
and now Tonali. Tonali!
Oh!
Tonali! Oh, Tonali. He's had it. He had it.
We thought
Oh, my goodness.
that just lifted beautifully for him as well.
Ooh, I swear to God, this kid is just quality out of nowhere.
That's close. That was so
Christensen.
close, too.
My goodness, man.
Yeah. Just watch that.
I'm telling you. If Tonali doesn't start the rest of the season.
But that's it. And there we go.
Azula!
My
There we
goodness
go,
gracious. I
yeah.
would have never thought that Eddie Howe was going to make every move right.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Eddie Howe's a front runner.
And
We're
there you go.
ahead of
Alexander
Mr.
Isak getting the round of applause from the
Yeah,
stands.
he's grafty today, to be fair.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
And look, he could have had one more goal, but it's part of it. I mean, he missed the one sitter that he was in front of goal.
Yep.
I mean, we can judge that he misses sitters when he gets substantial amount and he misses them. But he only got one, and
Come
he
on,
scored.
Azula.
So, come on.
Let's
Listen,
really get it first one.
it's yes, he was through on goal. The ball just didn't run for him. You know, we all, and again, I keep saying it. It's not these guys who put themselves on the front seat all the time that I worry about. It's the ones that miss a chance and then go hiding that I worry
Yeah.
about.
And Leicester now trying to do a glory goal here, but Dubravka
Come on.
Ah,
just in time. And by the way, Dubravka
Dubravka
also
the cat.
good performance because the few chances that Leicester had, he's been solid.
Yep.
Oh,
Sula ran into him.
Sula,
he's
there
trying
we
to
go.
get a
Well done.
piggyback.
Sula's going to be active, I'm
Just
telling
looking
you.
at the ball.
Yeah, he got a foul.
Oh, shoot.
But isn't it lovely now? You know, sorry if you can hear my dog barking. Every time I celebrate, my dog thinks it's time to play, so
Yeah.
I have to be careful. But isn't it funny how, like I say, you know, not what I class as a quality side to go out and beat, but again, you can only play the 11 in front of you, can't you?
You're
So,
doing what you're
But
supposed
what
to do.
you have to do, yeah, exactly. But you still have to go out there and create the opportunities. And like I said, we are putting them to the task today.
And by the
Because as
way,
many shots as we've had, we've not
Yeah.
missed that many.
Leicester started decent the first 5 minutes or so,
Yeah.
10 minutes, if you will. And we started seeing a bit of, are we shaky this game? And, we turned that around quickly.
Oops.
Burn.
There you go, Sula. Come. Get up, man. Get up.
Yeah, that's all we need now is for Azula to try too hard and do some damage
Yeah.
to himself. He just needs to relax.
Yep, exactly.
Because I think at the minute he's just trying, he looks as if he's trying to get everything. And you
Yep.
don't need to, son. Just play in the channels.
But that's why this game time's important for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I said this is like the learning curve, isn't it?
Yep.
You know, these are the games where you can just go out there, relax and play because there's no pressure on you. It's no good putting him on where you're losing, because he's already going to play with a lot of pressure. He's got a crowd of 52,000 watching you. It's not going to be easy for anybody to go out there and do something. But I just hope he, like I say, if he gets a chance, if he can put it away, it'll do him the world of good.
Oh, big time.
Longstaff, back to Tonali. I like to see Tonali being the general in the midfield, and Longstaff, just part of it, But there's got to be one general. There can only be one sheriff in town, man. There can only be one sheriff. Shar, not much to do from Shar this game, and or Byrne, to be fair.
No. They nullified Vardy massively.
Yeah. Which is great
in the start, and and that's all you can do. When I said with Shaw just literally being the player that was picking up Vardy, and again, I don't know why Buonanotte wasn't involved, because he's a different type of player, and I didn't really see enough of that Caduso in the number 11, and I still haven't seen enough of him in this game at all to understand why he got in front of Buonanotte. But obviously, Buonanotte is the type of player who potentially may have said something out of line.
Well, and you look at this squad. I mean, Rud's probably just trying to figure out what he's got.
Yeah.
And he's probably going, wow, this is I don't have a whole lot to work with here.
The thing for them is he's going to have to make a big decision with Vardy, whether he can take him farther or not.
Yeah.
And those decisions are tough, man. Tough because he's an idol, and so...
these are never going to be funded like they were, unfortunately, after that lad died in the helicopter crash. The passion for the club from him was phenomenal, and obviously you could see that because of the promotion days. The people that have come in behind them see it more of a business rather than and if they're not going to put the money in, go on.
Oh. Was that Barnes?
That was Harvey Barnes' left foot. I told you. That's what I said. That's what he can do on the right-hand side. He's got a wonderful left foot, and he can use it.
Should have gone
usually
far
he tries to. Yeah, he does. Usually he tries to shape them into the far post.
If he can do that on the right, that he will be a starter. Well, we like to say that, but
yeah.
If he can be proactive, he can be an option like that, because Murphy doesn't have that. Let's be honest. He scored twice tonight. I think the system of what we countered benefited Murphy, putting him in positions like 100%. That. But he's not a guy that's going to come out of that, out of his magic hat.
Yeah.
So
in terms of talent, I mean, Barnes. We would all like to see Barnes be able to start ahead of Murphy.
Yeah.
Barnes should start ahead of Murphy. Clinical. He cost us £40 million.
Yeah.
I think the difference is Barnes has to believe.
That was beautiful from
Joe Linton. Oh, Sula. Look at Joe Linton for a second. Oh, Sula.
Look at that pass.
Barnes. Oh,
beautiful.
He ran that angle.
It was too late. It was delayed. If he'd have passed it earlier, Barnes was through on goal. Now look, that's where he should have passed it.
Yeah. But he was dealing with the guy behind him.
But look at that, though. Right between two players.
I mean, it was a great pass out, to be fair.
Osula did a good job there, just getting the ball to begin with. He really, that was nice. Osula's a real he has some strength to him.
And look, I was wrong when I said that he was a pointless signing. Well, I mean, if you're going to tell me I'm signing Osula and nobody else, then I'm still going to be criticizing that. But regardless, I think Osula, you got him in now, so you just got to play him. Give him time, because he's energetic, and he is technically good. For a big lad like that, running and dribbling, he's kind of, I know people don't see it probably, but I think he's similar to Isak. You give him the ball, he'll dribble. I think Isak is obviously he's an elite striker, but regardless, why not give Osula more time?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, it's like I said, there's been many an opportunity to have given this lad minutes, and he'd rather not, especially when we are down. And listen, I know people are saying, well, he's not scored in the Premier League yet. Everybody goes through a point of in any game when you're coming into the game as early as he is. Don't forget, Willock's coming on now.
Hey, I like that.
There we go. Willock for
Well, and you also have to remember he was playing for Sheffield, and when Sheffield were in the Premier League, they were horrible.
Yeah, he had no support. That's right, and that's what everybody's going to critique him on, because he had no, he didn't score for Sheffield United. What is the point in having him? But he has all the earmarks to be a good striker.
Yes.
Now, finishing's, like I say, finishing's a different kettle of fish. That's why
Yep.
they are specialists within the trade. I was crap in front of goal, absolutely useless. But I could see a pass, you know what I mean? And being naturally left-footed,
Well,
it was a case of I always looked and felt more comfortable on the left-hand side than I ever did on the right-hand side. When my manager, when I was playing, used to throw me out on the right-hand side, I was lost. I was absolutely... But the game exactly the same.
yeah.
It's just the fact that you have to play slightly differently.
Oh,
All right. Well, let's see. We see right there the two of those passes by Lewis Hall have been inaccurate because
Inaccurate,
he's kind of falling behind. It's when you see that, you got to slow down, calm down, and look at your other options. But he's
Yeah.
been doing that great this game, by the way. But the last two, it's
Yeah, they seem not again. This is what I said about he's playing within himself, Lewis Hall. He's playing without the confidence to pass it, and that's what I said. To me,
Yeah.
the way he's played today, it's been like a go on, see if it'll happen, and it's a shame.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize Leicester had him. I actually think he's
and
a decent
just
player.
letting the folks know, we are having a full-time instant reaction, so stay tuned for that one. We'll throw the link out there. If you can't hear us, I'll give you a thumbs up, and you just say your piece because we'll be able to hear you. So we're not wasting time on can you hear us? Oh, blah, blah, blah. If I give you a thumbs up, if you can't hear us, or if you can, we're gonna have a conversation, obviously. But if you can't, I'll give you a thumbs up. You say your piece, and we do it like that. So yes, we're having an instant reaction after this commentary, after this game. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and not to beat a dead horse with Osula, but to kind of finalize my thoughts on him. When he's out here, he doesn't look like he doesn't belong. It's not like he looks completely lost.
Interesting. Connor asking why risk Willock on his hamstring history, but I don't think he's had any. Is he in danger, or is he? Did he miss? He missed last
that's
game
why
because of that, didn't he? Yeah.
But he's missed training this week as well. That's
there
what
you
I was saying, because nobody's seen him. Why should he be on the bench if he's not trained? And
I would have given Lois Miley an opportunity.
Yep.
well, that's exactly right. Why put Morley in the under-21s?
Yeah.
When you could have give Willock another rest,
Yep.
and then bring him in for the Brentford game, because now we've lost J7. He's going to have to play.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. Exactly. We're at 4-0. This is a game Miley could easily come into. Not a lot of pressure. Get his Premier Leagues going. But instead,
I think the biggest thing there, Brandt. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're
is
fine.
when I said to you before, or I said to the lads before, we seem to have midfielders that aren't very adaptable. We've only got two midfielders that seem to be able to move around, and that's Bruno and Tonali. And Tonali, I believe, is as much skill as he has, he's still limited. Doesn't really work well in the right side of the three. Works great in the middle, and he works really well on the left of the three. He does the left of the three for International in Italy. You've also got Miley, who plays the right of the three. Longstaff, who plays right of the three.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got J7 and Willock, who like to play left of the three and look comfortable in that position. I don't know why we are limited of midfielders that can play across the three. And that's I always see us dip whenever we're playing one or the other out of that area. And that concerns me a little bit.
There you go. Tribute. Barnes! Oh, what a shot.
Man, Barnes got a leg on him.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, from 30 yards, that was an arrow.
Yeah, look at how just it shoots off his foot.
Oof.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, straight at the keeper again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not into the corner. But, like I say, these are the type of shots that come through a lot of bodies that can wrong sight the keeper and get you something.
Yep. Well, Shard did it against Wolves earlier this year. He took a shot about the same distance and it bounced.
Yeah, exactly.
Right in the corner. Fulham's up 2-0 on Liverpool. Liverpool have a red card in that game.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Fulham. You know, who'd have put that down as a as a win for Fulham today.
No.
It's crazy. This league is crazy this year.
But see, that's why, you can't blow your chances against some of these guys.
No. You see, I would like, again, what I said to you before, this is a great opportunity for Harvey Barnes to really make that his own position. That's a poor cross, to be fair.
Yeah. That's true. Nice cross right there.
What?
Oh, Lewis Miley.
Kind of looked like they got
Lewis
crossed
Hall.
up.
Lewis Hall.
Did
Right, good.
Asula and Hall get in each other's way there?
Yeah, it seemed
Maybe
like Osula was watching it, but didn't really. Oh no, Osula, yeah.
Yeah,
Osula
I think
got
he
in his
did.
way.
I think they got in each other's way.
Yeah, I think he just got on his eye line there for some
Yeah.
unknown reason.
100%.
But again, you're looking at quality balls into the area, and again, it's about Asula being keen to get every single snip. But this lad's got so much quality, and again, you've just seen there he's had 2 opportunities to deliver the ball into the box into a good space. It doesn't quite do it for me, And again, I think it's self-belief. And these are the games now where if he goes and gets a goal from this right wing position, you start thinking to yourself, let's start bringing that belief to your game. Because we all know he can do it. And we all know he can use his left foot. And that's what I said. For me, playing a Christmas tree with him and Anthony Gordon in that narrow 10 slots, I think you've got players that can take a player on as also a player that can shoot from 30 yards. And with the 2 of them, you've got every opportunity to create something. At the minute, we just seem to be keeping the ball and trying to draw them onto us. And that's it. That's a percentage ball there from Shah again that just gets easily cut out.
It's created a bit of a counter, slow him down.
Yeah. The Tripp's just offside.
Offsides. Okay.
Yeah. Christensen's had a poor game, to be fair.
Yeah, he is.
There we go. Come on, Longstaff. Direct the offense.
Go, Sula. Go.
Attack.
Come on. You've got the overload
Yeah,
on the right-hand side.
Leicester is just so done with this game.
Yeah, they've gone, mate. Heads have gone. And I think that's what he was saying before.
Hand on Trippier. Burn. And Hall. Willock.
Yeah, not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
Nope. Just.
Referee shouldn't give too much time.
No, and that's what I'm saying with this. With Willock, he gets into these really dominant positions, but again has sometimes he has that inability to beat players, and he runs directly at them. And these are the areas where you give and go. If you can't do it technically, then don't try it. Just utilize the players around you. He's got the ability to move into space, and you've got the technical ability around you to receive the ball back. And that's what frustrates you as players, because you're there to support you. You've done all the run, but then they try and do something like that, running into a brick wall, and you're like, why do I run? And that's what I said before. It's that effect. Oh, I'm not going to bother for this one. And then you lose the opportunity. Ooh. Oh, yeah, just dodgy ball out.
There we go. Freaking Osula, man, just running over people.
Yeah, he wants a piggyback, man.
It is interesting. Osula and J7 do.
Yeah, they do
a
look
lot
kind of
alike
similar.
out there.
Lewis Hall. Back to Burn. Tonali.
I mean, that'll be the end of today, wouldn't it? If Dan Byrne gets a shot off from 30 yards.
No, thank you. I don't even want to see what that would look like.
But look at his body language. I think he's trying.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a shot, man.
Tonali, get your ass back, man.
Yeah, look, he's in the middle there.
Yeah. I'll have it.
All right, give me.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, Dan.
Nah, he's backing up here.
The pendulum effect. Here we go.
There you go.
Now
Tonali
get it out your
strings.
feet and play. Go on.
All right, this is looking like Wimbledon now.
Yeah, it is.
Poor pass right there. Bashar, well done, Willock.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. I guess all the subs.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like we did all the subs at the same time, though. It wasn't like it was a bunch of stops for subs.
Come on.
Ali.
You've got to
Back to
feed the
Trippier.
box, lads.
2-2. Liverpool tied Fulham.
2-2 now.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
what happened there with
I think he just tripped.
The sniper. The
There's a
sniper
sniper
in
in
the,
the
in the
building.
crowd.
Man.
It's that turf monster stuck his hand up on the grass. Grass monster.
Oh,
Right.
that's a
Oh,
foul right there.
yeah. Come on, ref.
And no
How
yellow
many
card.
times? Herman Munster's not happy
Oh,
there.
that's a
Oh,
yellow.
there
Hey!
Finally,
And,
a yellow.
and can I say, I think
Oh
that was
my
more
gosh,
for
that
the
was
verbal
weak.
afterwards.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
weakest yellow card of the whole game. I mean, that's a foul.
Yeah.
I think he just had
Like
to.
I say, I
hope-
think it was more the reaction of the player that got him
Yeah.
the yellow card rather than the
I thought
actual
the player
foul
was
itself.
yelling at his teammates, though. I thought he was yelling at his team.
Yeah. Just looking. How many yellow cards have we got? Murphy,
3.
Bill
James
Mares, and
Stewart.
Joe Linton, wasn't it?
Yeah. They
they
just got their first yellow, I think.
No, Skip got one according to this.
Okay.
So that's the second
Oh,
one.
that's a bad cross right there. Fabian
Yeah,
Scher's
it's
going to
poor.
put it in. Back in the box, though. And nothing there. Tonali
Tonali.
with eyes in the back of
mean,
his head.
That right there, what he just did, he made that look so effortless.
Yeah.
That is not
That's
that
why
easy to do.
No.
No.
Especially
Volleyed it back to the
because
keeper.
because it's not like he knew where Dubravka was standing, but he wasn't even looking back
Yeah.
to confirm, which is great, man. He's still talented, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Trust me, against Brentford, that would have gone in the net.
What are these guys doing? What's Burn? Is that damn Burn?
Yeah, Dan Burns right back.
What on earth?
Yeah, oh, he's getting away with it.
Tonali's left back. I mean, it's all over the shop at the minute, lads.
He is definitely trying to get a goal here.
Oh dear.
I think we just need to keep the clean sheet at this point.
Yeah.
And it's confidence builders now, and it's confidence building across the board. You know, if you can support the clean sheet, it gives everybody a bit of a pat on the back.
Yep. Got
There
to
we
get
go.
back here, though.
McAtee.
Oh,
Nice.
well
done.
Lewis.
Well
Right
done.
challenge.
Beautiful from Lewis Hall there.
Look at that pass between 2-3 people, man.
That's sometimes very lax, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, it's just that quality of keeping the ball close to your feet.
Yep.
We all know his strength is running in behind. It ain't having the ball to feet with the with the players around you. He's certainly not going to be that type of player.
Yeah, he's got really long legs. I wonder.
Yeah.
But Isak has long legs too, though.
Yeah.
Shows his quality. Be able to.
It's like you said, when you're playing under pressure, Brant, everything it rebounds away from you because you're tense.
Yeah.
When you're like Isak, who, like I say, Isak plays as if he's got a spliff or he's had a spliff. You know what I mean? It's just, everything is just relaxed and he holds to the ball. And that's why he looks so graceful.
Yeah. But that's also why he can miss sitters,
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
one where the keep knocked it off his foot, he was a little too relaxed there.
Yeah. That's what and that's the what you've just said exactly right. Is the difference between the real elite strikers, because they can do all that and still score because they know when the danger's coming, and the ones that are great strikers, but sometimes they're a little bit too lax for their own good.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all see what referee. That's got to be another yellow.
Just get rid of the guy. That's garbage.
On Willock too.
Literally the last minute, not the last. Yeah, the last minute of the freaking game. Why are you doing that?
Holy.
I mean, what was the point?
I didn't see any point whatsoever. Yeah, he got a yellow.
Well, Joe Linton.
It's just sliced through him, man.
That's so bad.
Oh, Eddie's head on hand. Eddie's wincing. when he saw that challenge, he's thinking, "Oh
Yeah.
God, no."
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is full time, and what a great performance for the Tune. Really good comeback performance, certainly 4-0. We're gonna talk about it, all about it, in the full time reaction right now, coming up next. So, thank you, Brent. Thank you, Gary. Don't know if you guys are coming or not, but Gary is, but Brent. I don't know. I know
I can hang out.
you got bigger fish to fry, probably. So depends up to you, my brother. But if you can, you just got to find instant match reaction or join via link, whatever you want. To be honest, it's the same thing. But anyways, it's been a great match. We shall see if it has convinced the fans on the other side when we do the full-time reaction. So we shall see. We'll see you there in a minute. You should be redirected. If not, just go to the homepage. It will be live in a few seconds. The match reaction should be there. It's Leicester came in for a rude awakening. RUUD. There you go. Rude awakening. We'll see you there, folks. Bye-bye.